Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, tonight we kneel before the new king, the men of men, the god of gods, the anointed one, James P. Gunn. Taking on the DC Studios role as co-executive lead, my god, the hierarchy of motherfucking power has motherfucking changed for the DCU. Rest in peace, DCEU. What does this mean? Who the fuck knows? What we're going to talk about at Hollywood After Dark. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. It is, oh, wow, what a day. What a day. What an absolute weird, freaking ass day. You know what I mean? I said last night, like, I'm not going to stream. You know, I need a night off. I want to take a break, you know, work on some other stuff maybe. And then, of course, the movie gods are like, no, Matt, you can't leave. We've got you. We're going to drag you to hell with the rest of us. But today, something really, truly amazing happened, and I'm very happy to talk about that. Before we dive into it, I just want to remind everybody that Podio Commentary, youtube.com/Podio Commentary, is where I'll be posting reviews. I will be reviewing Barbarian probably tomorrow, and I'm working on X as well as Pearl, and trying to make my way through some new horror. Also, getting ready to start soon, I will be starting a new in-depth series over there, chapter by chapter, where we'll take a look at a movie, and I'll kind of give my thoughts on it chapter by chapter, try to do breakdowns, discuss what's going on, give the little nuances that I find, my personal takes on it. And I'm currently trying to find an online repository for DVD chapters. Although I found one, but it's been defunct since like 2019, which totally sucks. But anyway, that's happening. YouTube.com/Podio Commentary. Check it out. Get in on the action. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, all right, here, you guys are absolutely ready for this conversation. I know I have some friends that want to pop on in. So joining me right off the bat is Chris, the Bipolar Jedi. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? How you feeling?
What an intro. That was a great intro, man. You did great. That was awesome.
I wing all of them.
It's so good. And you know what? You're doing like a whole A24 thing, huh? X.
I've never seen an A24 movie before.
Those are all three A24 movies that you're talking about.
Is Barbarian A24?
Well, Barbarian may not be, but I know
that's Warner's, man. I think that's Warner's, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're all good movies, and I'm excited.
Yeah. I want to see Barbarian. Here's the reason why I want to see Barbarian so bad. It's not because it's horror, right? It's not because everyone's like, oh, it's so shocking, it's so crazy. That actually means nothing to me. What means to me is Zach Greger, who wrote and directed it. And Zach Greger is from a little show you may have heard of called The Whitest Kids You Know.
The Whitest Kids You Know, yeah.
And I fucking love The Whitest Kids You Know. And last year, when Trevor Moore accidentally died, that really impacted me. I really felt that for like days. It really bothered me. To me, Trevor Moore was one of the funniest motherfuckers working in Hollywood. He was clever. He was witty. He was smart. He was dedicated, determined. And he was a talented musician, funny as all shit. And I think Hollywood was really afraid of letting him kind of off the leash, you know, because he did a movie with Zach Greger back in 2009, or maybe it was 2007, called Miss March.
Yeah, I remember Miss March.
And
it was funny.
That was actually
the coma thing where the kid goes. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, so that movie, that was actually I forget that it was Fox Atomic was the label, right? That was one of their little smaller independent, you know, like low micro budget comedy movies or whatever. That movie tanked so famously it killed that studio.
Yeah, it was, but then it became a cult classic. It became like a cult favorite.
It definitely did well. Yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed it. But anyway, I've been a big fan of Trevor Moore ever since I was first introduced to The Whitest Kids You Know through when I was in film school back in 2005. He's like, hey, have you ever heard of the Hitler rap? And I'm like, no, I've never heard of the Hitler rap. And he's like, dude, go on YouTube and look up I watched it on Google Videos. It was on Google Videos. But he's like, go and watch it. And it's just like, it's Trevor Moore doing a rap where he's Hitler. Oh, wow. And it's fucking hysterical. And he's like, dude, this show is called The Whitest Kids You Know. You got to check this out. And I'm like, okay. And I just started watching it, and I fell in love with it. It did 6 seasons of the show. I know before Trevor died, they were getting ready to bring it back to some capacity. They had started working on it again. The guys were getting together again, and they were trying to figure it out. And, you know, in the wake of Trevor's death, it killed all those plans, obviously. But Zach had written this movie, Barbarian, that he was trying to get made. And, you know, so somehow in the last year, he was able to get it together.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, man.
Yeah, same here. So I don't know anything about it. I haven't even watched a fucking trailer. So I'm going to watch the movie tonight. And yeah, so it's weird. I'm going into this horror movie, like, very emotional. You know what I mean? Like, very emotional. No,
that is weird. That is weird to go into a horror movie emotional.
It is, right? Yeah. It's totally fucking weird. But at the same time, looking at what happened today in regards to Gunn and everything else, again, it's kind of an emotional day.
Yeah,
if you're a James Gunn fan.
What time that shit broke. Let me tell you real quick what my day, okay?
Hey, what's up, RJ?
I had to run into the city real quick to pick up my meds, right? On the way back, I wasn't paying attention to the gas gauge. I fucking ran out of gas at the side of the road, dude, in the middle of nowhere. No cell signal, no nothing. And it's that October rain, that rain that hits you that feels like ice cubes. I had to walk a mile and a half to knock on some stranger's door just so I could
with COVID
to get a signal. Yeah, dude. No,
with
I'm over the COVID. I'm over the COVID, but
COVID.
Yeah, but I had the shit that I went through today, and then when I get home, I always turn on YouTube, and every single box was the same thing. James Gunn. Isaac was talking about it. Grace was talking about it.
Right.
Everybody was talking about it.
I was
and
in the
I'm
shower.
like, what the fuck did I miss? You know?
Right. I was in the shower. Okay. I got out. I sat on my bed, put up my laptop. I was working on some school stuff, so I put up YouTube. I saw Max was live. I'm like, oh, it's Max. He probably put up some bullshit article when we got this covered and talked about
the Snyder Cut.
Right. I'm like, oh, it's something stupid.
Sounds about right for Max,
like,
yeah.
And then I saw William on there. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's like James Gunn. I'm like, what? And then I looked at I popped in because I had the streamer. I'm like, oh, you guys are making up some bullshit, right? Talking about some rumor. They're like, no, it's true. I'm like, no, it's not. This is bullshit. Go look at James Gunn's Twitter. I looked. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I saw Eddie talking about it. I saw Isaac talking about it. I saw Grace talking about it. I saw Saggy talking about it. I saw Matt had a stream going live in 2 hours, this stream right here. And I love it when topics like this break because I don't know why, Maddie, but these are the streams I get most excited about because I know you're going to bring it when there's big news like this.
Well, but the thing is, though, it's like, so I knew about, like, how I found out is I had gotten home from taking the kids to school and I was talking with my girlfriend and all of a sudden, like, my phone I just felt my phone keep vibrating and I'm all like, what the fuck's going on? Like, okay, I'll get to it in a minute. And then I checked my Twitter and I've got like 5 unread DMs. That's uncommon for me to have that many. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, I think I even hit you up like, Matt, I can't wait till you go live tonight.
Yeah, it was just like, and then they were like, oh, you got to check it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, none of this is real. And then like, holy shit, no, it's true. And it's so funny because my immediate thought was like, oh shit, how are certain people going to react to this? Because
you
knew, you absolutely knew. And there's a lot, I got some stuff we can take a look at here in a little bit. But I just want to say, like, talking about the Trevor Moore, Zach Gregor thing, about it being emotional for going into a horror movie, I want to say that being a long time James Gunn fan, today is a really big day for that. And because
absolutely.
Not only is it the Guardians holiday special trailer, which I've got, we'll watch here in a second.
It's so good.
I've only seen it on my phone. So like I was in the car, so I didn't really get a chance to watch it that closely. But then also you have the announcement today, and just 2 weeks ago, he got married.
Yeah, he married her. What's her name? I just calling her
Jennifer Holland. Yeah, Harcourt. Yeah,
she's so gorgeous. She's such a scene stealer, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, to me, it's just like this whole thing because I know there's a lot of people. I was even watching a stream where like someone made like a Kevin Spacey joke about, oh, is he going to rehire him? It's like whatever. Like to me, it's like this whole thing is like, as a longtime James Gunn fan, it's very cathartic in a way because it feels like we've gone full circle where it's like after all this bullshit, all this that's happened in the last like few years, like to see him like go from rock bottom all the way to rising up to being like the head of his own studio of one of the biggest brands in all of pop culture. It's really cool. Because you gotta remember where this guy came from. He came from Troma Entertainment. He came from like
Dude,
the
he
lowest
came
of
from
low.
Toxic Avenger and shit like that. Yeah,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like the lowest of the low in terms of like and what's considered entertainment, to being the head of DC, to be the chief creative officer and the co-president of a brand new DC studio. That's really cool. Like to see that guy's success story.
It's really amazing, absolutely, to see all that play out.
It's a massive W. And I've been a James Gunn fan for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, I heard people tonight saying that, like, oh, the first movie that James Gunn wrote was Dawn of the Dead for Zack Snyder, which actually isn't true. His very first movie was Tromeo and Juliet for Troma under Lloyd Kaufman.
He was a ghostwriter on one of the Toxic Avenger ones too, under a pseudonym.
Probably. And then also, but what was it? Scooby-Doo came out before Dawn of the Dead did. You know, I think
Scooby-Doo was from my goddamn childhood. So thank you.
Well, yeah, Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2. Scooby-Doo 2 and Dawn of the Dead came out in the same year. They came out. They both came out in 04.
04, yeah.
You know, and then I think Slither was like the first one he wrote and directed, and that was 06. You know, then of course there's Super, which was interesting, and you know, and then everything else, Guardians and whatnot. Like, you know, he's worked his way up. I mean, that's the great thing about it, and I'm really excited as a fan of his just to be able to check this out. Also joining us here is Jimbo. What's up, Jimbo?
What's going on? Nothing much.
Bend the knee. I love it. Bend the knee though, because he is the king of DC right now.
He is long live the king.
Let's see what he does with it, man.
Long live the king.
Dude,
you know?
He's having a hell of a year, dude. Just got married and now running the show at DC. And dude, like, congrats. Like, that's all I can really say about this. It's like, dude, definitely like RJ just said, he's been through a lot in terms of the comic book realm, in terms of being fired, and now he's running the show at DC. Like, that's awesome. Congrats. And I wish him the best of luck, and don't let the toxic and very engaging fans ruin it or sour.
You've been talking shit about James Gunn for over 2 years, the DC fandom, and now he's the boss. Ain't that something?
Oh yeah,
they had half a fucking brain. They would realize that James Gunn and Zack are friends, and if they want Zack Snyder to come back, if anybody could make it happen, it would be James fucking Gunn. Like,
but the thing is though, that may not happen. No, and I think people need to contend with that.
And
nothing's guaranteed. Just because you're friends with someone, you're still running a business. But I'm just saying, if there's anyone
that could get their foot in the door for something like that, it would be James Gunn.
Oh yeah. Sure. So well, before we go too further into that, though, I want to quickly address this that popped up today as well. The the poster and the first teaser.
Did the Maddie, was the Quantum Mania stuff today too, guys, or was that yesterday?
That was yesterday. That was yesterday.
So I knew there was a big block of shit that just happened over the past 48 hours though.
Well, I don't think that there was a coincidence that this trailer dropped at the same time.
Well, it was very funny because like James gets like, oh, here's the Guardians Holiday Special trailer. We'll wait for
By the way, I'm running shit now.
DC.
I'm running shit at DC, but here's my Marvel stuff.
Can I just say really quick, though, before we talk about this real quick, it's going to be so bittersweet for me as a Marvel fan, because I'm so happy for James Gunn, but at the same time, I'm really depressed, because, like, I love the Guardian stuff that he does, and him leaving that is really sad to me.
Well, he's getting...
I know it's coming into... I know it's going to get an ending, but I'm like, I don't want this to end, because it's so good.
No, I get it. I get it. And it came out during your formidable years, so to speak. So, you know, what?
Dude, I was there opening night for Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014. Like, that shit was
me
like,
too.
I was there right when Guardians Fever took America by storm, and like everyone was talking about Rocket.
And I had I had zero knowledge or interest in this shit at all. I just thought, oh, cool, a raccoon machine gun. We'll see what happens.
Well, nobody thought it was going to be any good.
And I fell in love with the movie 10 minutes into it, dude. I was already in love with the like 10 minutes into it.
I was at Comic-Con when they first announced it. I was at Hall H when they first announced it. And I'm like, what the fuck kind of movie is this? Okay.
Well, right.
Raccoon, a tree, the guy who wrote Scooby-Doo.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I like Slither, but all right. You know,
I love the way that James Gunn, I don't know if anybody else notices what I had noticed about James Gunn, but he is so in tune with the music he chooses for these movies.
He's
so musical. The very first scene when you hear Redbone and big giant Guardians of the Galaxy pops up over Star-Lord's head and he's dancing with a rat. Come on, dude. You can't buy that kind of entertainment, man.
Well, yeah, but you got to love an Endgame how they totally fucking made fun of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and that was great.
Yeah,
but it's like
I was going to mention, like, I was at D23 in 2014, which I think what was that, Matt? Like, I think it was a month after Comic-Con. That was my first ever big presentation like that. I walked into that live action panel. They talked about Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Age of Ultron, Maleficent. That's where they announced Angelina Jolie. That's where they announced Saving Mr. Banks and like the Rapunzel movie, the Cinderella movie.
Maleficent was already out at that point, RJ.
No. I remember they showcased. I remember it was like 2014.
It was. Trust me when I say it was out.
Second one.
Maleficent. I was at the drive-in when Maleficent came out, which would have been either 2013 or 2014. I think 2014 is when that one came out.
All I know is that Angelina Jolie came out on stage and I was like, what the fuck?
She's never looked better.
It was crazy.
She looked great and a lot of...
I saw her at Comic-Con when she was promoting Tomb Raider too.
Fuck Tomb Raider and
my point being, though,
they're great movies, but man, Angelina has never looked better than when she plays Maleficent.
Well, my point being, though, is that
you got a skeletal fetish, buddy.
I do. I got a what do you call them? The Dark Queens, the Dark, whatever they are. I got a thing for them.
Dark elves?
No, the evil women in the Disney, the evil people, like the chicken.
I'm so fucking confused.
I love evil dark women, and I'm just like, hold on, pump your brakes, buddy.
Like the
dark princesses. So like Tiana.
Like no.
Wow, you went there. You're a fucking asshole. What I mean is like in Sleeping Beauty, the evil.
You like women who are incapacitated?
The evil sorceress, the villainess.
All right.
The bat.
I know. I'm just fucking with him now.
Wow, you made me go through all that for nothing.
I just want to mention, like, Matt, do you remember the Comic-Con trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Because they showed that exact same trailer at D23. I remember my dad and my uncle were with me because it was the whole family. We're in that giant auditorium building in Hall D23. Everyone's like, Guardians of the Galaxy, this sounds so stupid. Who cares about this? Most talked about thing of that whole presentation. And it was still the Comic-Con trailer. Because it looked that good. Even back then, it was funny.
What's funny was the very first trailer for that came out like publicly in April of 2014. It was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, right? It was on Jimmy Kimmel. And the effects weren't done. You can actually go back and find that first trailer, and you can see that the effects were like still nowhere near done, but it looked amazing for 2014 standard. You know,
that's right.
Is it just me? Because I look, all the Marvel stuff, you get a little heart in all of them, but for some reason, the Guardians of the Galaxy, those two volumes have so much heart. You know, like when Groot sacrifices himself, I get misty every fucking time when he says "We are Groot," and don't even get me started on the funeral scene at the end of Volume 2.
Oh my god, dude.
Bro! I get goosebumps every time when he.
I was pissed off that Yondu got man.
Yeah, I was too.
I was pissed
off.
What
he says to Rocket when Peter says, "Well, of course not. We would never," because Rocket's like, "Wow." Rocket's realizing he's part of a family now.
And even though he's an asshole,
yeah,
and he
pisses
like, off his family,
asshole.
And he steals batteries for no reason. They don't turn their back on him. And Peter goes, well, of course not. Or that one little scene in Avengers Endgame when he sits down next to Nebula and he holds her hand.
Dude, I mean, like,
bro.
Well, when like half the universe dies, it kind of changes. Yeah, you just lose like everyone. It's just like, damn. But like, my only thing is like watching this holiday special. Like, am I just like missing something? Because I like wasn't Gamora back at the end of Endgame.
Well, I have here. Let's watch the trailer.
That's like my only thing. I'm like,
yeah, because Gamora left at the end of Endgame. Because it wasn't Gamora, it was 2014 Gamora.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But why don't they just keep her?
Because she doesn't have the memories that Gamora does.
They got to build that love story again in Volume 3, which is what they're gonna do. You know,
and I hope they get a happy ending. To be fair, I really do.
If they kill off Rocket, I'll flip the fuck out because I'm here.
I don't think they're gonna kill off Rocket. But there's been this is about Rocket's origins, so generally that means he'll be put in mortal danger more than once. All right, so here is the special presentation trailer.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth, it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy. Something special he will never forget.
What about someone special?
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
You just said that, Drax.
But your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. You're coming with us as a Christmas present. I'm Groot.
And introducing Kevin Bacon.
Dude, that's gonna be great.
It's
That's gonna be the
fucking
best
brilliant.
I'm saying this right
Christmas
now.
special.
If they don't do at the very end of the special, if they don't do a Footloose parody where it's all of them dancing to the song Footloose,
I
missed
swear they
opportunity.
need to have a dance off.
damn well
it's
know they're
so
gonna do
good.
it. You damn well know.
That was so smart to bring
No.
Kevin Bacon into it, and I love how they say "and introducing Kevin Bacon." That's
What I-
funny as shit.
What I love the most, though, is that this seems to be like the Drax and Mantis movie, basically.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's about
This is
those
kind
two
of a-
trying
they
to be some
love
nicer
him.
Peter.
this is probably one part of the goodbye for Drax because Drax is leaving. You know, Batista's leaving, and I like if you would have told me out of all the WWE guys who would be the one actor that could convey the most emotion, I would have said The Rock or Cena or even Edge or even Roddy Piper. But no, it's Drax. He kills it. Dave Batista kills it in everything he's in, man. I love it. I can't wait to see this, man. Because it looks like the Mantis and Drax story looks so stupid when Kevin Bacon's running away. It's brilliant. It's
Well, if you
fucking
notice,
brilliant.
if you notice at that point, they're kind of pulling a Ferris Bueller, the bouncing over the trampoline, because that's how they're
oh
bouncing.
yeah, at the end when he's got to get home.
He's running, yeah.
Really?
So they're kind of pulling a bit of a Ferris Bueller on that one. That's my take on it. At least it could be totally wrong by the time we actually see it. But I think that looks like a lot of fun.
By the way,
I'm-
what do you guys think of Groot's new design?
I like it. But
Dude,
then again,
me
I'm kind of a
Groot.
Groot simp. I have every one of his toys from baby, like little Spud Groot, all the way to adult Groot. I got all the posters. I don't know what it is about Groot that I like so much,
He's an
but
adult now, right?
I
he's
I'd say young
late
adult.
teenager, early 20s, something like that.
No, we already had
kind of-
Teenage Groot in Infinity War. I think
Okay,
he's an
well, he
It's
adult.
won't be-
definitely young. It's definitely
He'll
young
still be
adult.
younger. He's not going to be like Groot from the first
Yeah.
Guardians. And I don't know anything about Cosmo, guys. I know I got a big Marvel poster with every Marvel character, and there's a few I don't recognize. And Cosmo has always been one. Like I'm like, what is this dog? about?
Cosmo is a telepathic Russian dog who can like fly and do like.
In my
telekinesis.
poster, he's in an actual astronaut suit.
but in this
Well,
time,
it's a
he
girl,
I believe is a
girl.
she.
Yeah, it's a
And
girl.
it's voiced by Maria Bakalova from Borat 2.
Dude.
Nice,
Hell
nice.
yeah.
So
I just still can't believe like she's actually doing like legitimate roles.
Pay off too because you remember we first saw Cosmo in the post-credit scenes of the first Guardians, where
no,
he-
Cosmo wasn't just in that post credit. Cosmo was in the collectors.
oh,
when
that's
they
right.
so-
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
showed, because it was Cosmo, and you get to see like a dark elf, and you see a few other things, and you see Howard the Duck in a couple shots in the background. It was not until the end credit where they give us a full on. Now the question then becomes: will Howard the Duck make an appearance in the holiday special,
I think both.
or
Both
both?
movies.
And I would love it if because you guys know who voices Howard the Duck, right?
Yeah, it's Seth Green.
Yeah. So I would love to see if they were able to do something more with that. That'd be pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing, right? Like, because it's a Christmas special, so they have to like really lean into like the cheesiness stuff of it. Like, are they gonna do like homages to, like the Rankin Bass movies, or like they gonna do like I don't know, like the homages like Charlie Brown, or is it like Peter Quill trying to like teach them what Christmas is they don't understand? I don't know. I love that's like a
What's
kidnapping
the
movie. That's we got to
meaning of
kidnap Kevin
Christmas?
Bacon, bring him to space.
I just think that they've seen Peter has done so much stuff for them over the past few movies and things like that. He's tried to be a good leader for them. I think they're just trying to. This whole thing is them getting their Christmas spirit, trying to do something good for him because he's bummed out.
Yeah, I was gonna mention like McLeod's right. Like to me, it felt a little meta too, because like they're walking around L.A. and Hollywood, like they're walking on the Chinese.
Every time I see the Hollywood sign, I don't know if any of you guys ever watched BoJack Horseman. It's this dumb show on Netflix about a horse, but he steals the D. He steals the D, so they start calling Hollywood Hollywood because the D's missing. And every time I see that sign, I
haven't checked out BoJack Horseman. I need to though.
Every time I see that Hollywood sign, I think Hollywood because the D's missing. And speaking of cheesy and Seth Green, it's free on YouTube right now. And I watched last night, Matt.
What's that?
Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, nice, man. That's a great movie.
He's so good in that. It's so cheesy, but in all the best ways. And I was watching it, and I don't know, man. I was having a lot of fun. That's crazy that Seth Green does Howard the Duck, man. I didn't know he was doing.
Well, I mean, like, Can't Hardly Wait has so many people in it. Like,
oh man, it does. That's such a great movie.
It was the first one I saw 5 times in the theater. So yeah, I went and saw it a bunch. I don't know what it was about it, but I saw it a whole hell of a lot when I was younger, back in 97?
99. I think.
No, it wasn't 99. I can guarantee you it wasn't 99.
Look it up.
98. It would have been 98. Yeah.
We'll stop it now. I maybe 98. You might be right. 98.
I think it was.
I thought it was 99.
98. I don't know why I thought 97.
Smash Mouth song, the only Smash Mouth song I've ever liked.
I'm telling you, Smash Mouth would have been gone by now if it wasn't for Shrek.
Shrek
kept doing that. Real quick though, there is definitely a super chat I want to quickly get to here. Moisture for 5, thank you very much, buddy. It says Jarbo, I'm tired of movie news. Also, Jarbo, James Gunn is the head of DC. Listen, man, listen. I don't have control over what happens. I try to walk away.
So basically, you pulled a me where I kept saying I was going to retire, but news kept breaking. I wanted to talk about.
Well, this is big.
Every time
this is big.
Out, they pull him back in.
This is some big shit right here. You know what I mean? Like, this is pretty big. There's been a lot of copium today. Like, my God, the amount of copium. Holy shit. Also, Jimbo had to bail out. Thanks for coming in, Jimbo. Appreciate it. There's definitely like a craziness going on today. Because what we're seeing today is a literal meltdown of the sensibilities of a few people. Mm-hmm. And so before we dive into that, let's take a look here at what the information truly is. According to the Hollywood Reporter here, shocker. James Gunn, Peter Safran in the lead film, TV, and animation division. So it's not just one. It's like this
all
is.
Of it.
Wait, I thought they scrapped all the animation.
No. I mean, no. Like Harley Quinn got a season 4.
Yeah, whatever's left of animation.
But I don't think Young Justice is going to keep around. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll keep it around. Maybe they're fans. I don't know. But here's what I hope. Here's what I really, really, really hope. I think the DC animated stuff is usually pretty decent, right? Not everything is like stellar.
Right. You're talking about the direct to video.
The direct to DVD stuff. Yeah. I think if they start approaching that from the perspective of let's tell some interesting stories, and like let's actually maybe focus on building up the animation side of things, I think it could work. I think they could actually start really making these heavy hitters again, because we all know that the animation has gotten cheaper and cheaper on these movies.
Oh yeah, it has. Because I used to be addicted to DC animation. Nobody does it like
DC. And then after that Flashpoint movie, I felt like the quality started dipping off a little bit.
Look at like Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. It's a really good movie. Like it's a solid movie.
The animation, man.
The animation was a bit wonky. And then I watched Deathstroke Knights and Dragons, which I thought was actually pretty decent.
It was pretty good.
That one was really cheap. Like that Deathstroke movie, you could tell it's cheap.
It was super cheap, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. But like, yeah, it was, and I think part of that too was Michael Chiklis voicing Wade or Slade. And so there's this new one now. The Sons.
New Catwoman's not bad.
Yeah, I need to watch that one.
Well, they did so after the Apocalypse War, they did another reboot. And with that reboot with the new Superman movie and the Batman Long Halloween, they did like an updated art style. Actually looks pretty good. Like the new art style where it's more like that cell shaded kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's more anime-esque. Okay. It looks better where I don't think it's as cheap looking as the previous era's movies. Like, it's still probably cheap to make those movies, but the art style is a little more pleasing to the eyes, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it does look a little bit better. And then I did see that like there's the Wonder Woman Justice Society World War II movie that did look pretty good.
The new one that came out was their first ever CG one. It was Battle of the Super Sons, which I heard.
You know, the one I didn't like, it was boring to me, was the long Halloween or whatever.
No,
I haven't seen it yet.
You don't like that one?
It was kind of, the second one was good, but the first one was, I don't know, man. It felt really long. That one did.
Yeah, and just to clarify, Ryan, it's just DC Animation. They still
so they're literally in charge of everything. Like Kevin Feige's in charge of everything over at Marvel Studios. They're literally looking at this structure, this is literally just it's copy paste is all it is.
The only exception is that they're not taking over the comics, which I am a little surprised by, but maybe that makes sense. I don't know.
Well, I think again,
Kevin Feige's in charge of the comics now, for example.
Yeah, so. But that's because he maybe has an interest in doing that. I don't know if these guys necessarily do because they're film. I mean, Safran probably not. James Gunn probably would, but that's also asking a lot.
Well, here's the other crazy thing. I did not know this, that Peter Safran and James Gunn knew each other for decades before this. Like, they were buddies, basically. So
I'm sure. I mean,
like, apparently, like, Safran produced Slither and got, like, a special thank you. Like, they've known each other for that long, apparently.
Well, Hollywood is not that big of a town, RJ. You know, like, people get to know each other pretty well.
Hollywood.
You know, there's
I was gonna say, like, these two are actually like buddies and true partners because like they have that previous working relationship. Like, apparently, like Safran produced the Suicide Squad because he knew James Gunn, apparently. So
well, good. And if the guy's been around, he's a respected name. Gunn is Gunn's clearly got the underdog thing going for him after what happened 4 years ago, which is, I think, going to benefit too. And they're in a position right now where DC needs leadership. And honestly, I would much rather prefer this than $7 Productions. And I do feel
really okay.
Yeah, for sure,
100%.
So I'm just real quick. So you're saying
I love The Rock, but he's not a story. RJ, I love The Rock, but he's not a fucking storyteller. James Gunn is a storyteller, man.
I agree.
The Rock is a producer. He's a businessman. He is very much in that camp, and good for him for it. Danny Garcia is an agent and a producer and a manager. That's really about it. That's her wheelhouse. They're not storytellers. If you've noticed in recent months, and we've talked about this before, I think, is that they tried to push Hiram Garcia. They were really heavily trying to push Hiram Garcia.
To be honest, I really did.
Well, that was the thing. I think The Rock was trying to make him enough of a household name in regards to DC. Because they started, like, I noticed there was a whole bunch of interviews with Hiram Garcia starting last year, like following Red Notice and other things like that. A lot of these little weird, they keep bringing him up. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? He's like a no-name producer, but now they're really trying to use him. I'm like, okay, I get that. It seems like they're trying to push him towards like a name, so then people will associate him with like DC League of Super Pets and Black Adam, and more importantly, The Rock, and they can use that as maybe some kind of like bargaining chip or something to get him in the door if they need someone to take over. Because if Hiram went over to take over DC Studios, that would basically be handing the keys to the kingdom to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. At that point, you would know that Dwayne is in charge. Hiram's not in charge. Dwayne's in charge. I mean, would anyone believe otherwise?
No, I mean, I think I understand where you're coming from, to be honest. It makes sense.
We got a $5 here from Rational Skeptic. Thanks, buddy. He says, it's all coming full circle. Old regime gets rid of Snyder. New regime makes Snyder's good friends head of DC. That doesn't mean anything, though. Like, I'm sorry. That doesn't mean anything.
I don't mean to rain on people's parade, but we need to really clarify something. I'm not saying that Zack and James Gunn haven't worked together in the past, but people need to keep that in mind. They haven't talked that much lately. The last time they talked was when he was working on Peacemaker, and he asked Zack about, is this guy a good stunt coordinator? That was it. They've not really had like these deep conversations back and forth for years on end. Like they don't.
Well, we don't. Well, they're still friendly with one another.
As far as
we're aware. But to point about the conversation that he had with Zack asking about that guy, right? So this is something that popped up earlier this year. James Gunn keeps a list of actors he'll never work with, saying life's too short. Some actors I already know never even to consider.
Jared Leto.
And we know exactly that he's talking about Jared Leto, 100% Jared Leto. So for people out there saying, "Oh my God, now is James are they gonna greenlight the Ayer cut? Are they gonna put it out there?" He's friends. He's very friendly with David Ayer. They support each other. He supports Zach. All these things, and I do think that yes, James Gunn is very supportive.
It depends on what relationships James Gunn wants to prioritize. Because here's the other thing too, people got to realize: James Gunn loves Margot Robbie. He said publicly like eight or nine times that she's the best actress he's ever worked with. And as far as we're aware, I don't think Margot Robbie's a big supporter of the Ayer cut. So
Margot Robbie is the only one that hasn't come out and like absolutely said yes. At the premiere of the Suicide Squad, when asked about it, she was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, like I'm supportive of whatever cut, of any cut, because we oftentimes don't see the cuts. Like I'll see a movie."
It was a non-answer.
It was a non-answer. Yeah, it was a non-answer, and it's like okay. And then looking at what they've said about Jared Leto's method acting, and how
clearly
Margot
some shit went down.
Yeah, she wasn't a fan of that. She wasn't a big fan of it. And obviously, like there's a reason why DC chose her to do Birds of Prey rather than giving Jared Leto what he wanted, and why they chose to also agree to Todd Phillips' Joker movie that didn't include Jared Leto. Now, do I feel that that's entirely fair? You know what? I don't, to be honest with you. I feel like the Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, definitely has a fan base. And that was shown absolutely with the Snyder Cut. A lot of people out there really enjoyed that little bit, and they wanted to see more. The Ayer cut of Suicide Squad heavily features the Joker, because we know that they shot like 90 minutes of footage, of usable footage with him. Like they showed, they definitely shot a lot that they wanted to put into this. So it's a scenario where if the star, okay, so you got to look at it like this: Margot Robbie has a production deal with Warner Brothers. She is one of their bigger stars. She's very loyal to the studio. They're in turn loyal to her because that's the quid pro quo that Warner's is usually known for. Above all other studios, they're the ones that are usually like one for you, one for me sort of thing. And if she's like, look, I don't like Jared Leto. I don't like, has Jared Leto really worked with Warner's recently? I don't know.
He did the little things with Denzel and Rami Malek.
Okay.
That was earlier in 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, that's right. He did. I didn't see that one. Is that any good?
It's okay. It's okay.
But it's he did that. So he has worked with them. But again, if he's not even anywhere near Margot or anything like that, they haven't even thought about the Joker in really in an official
Well, they've
capacity.
thought about the Joker, but not his Joker.
Not his Joker, exactly.
Not his Joker.
Joaquin,
and they're looking more towards Joaquin.
Yeah, because the thing you guys got to remember too is when you look at the success of Suicide Squad theatrically, Margot Robbie and Will Smith were the bigger draws, and it was actually Margot above Will Smith. So Harley Quinn was a bigger draw to Warner Brothers' success of that movie than Will Smith was, and it has a lot to do with the fact that, and I've mentioned before,
capitalized on it very well, but yeah,
they didn't. But in regards to merchandise sales, they very much did. If the Daddy's Little Monster Harley Quinn Suicide Squad costume is still worn 6 years later, it's still very popular.
Well, when people think now, for some reason, the way we think, when I say Iron Man, boom, Robert Downey Jr. pops in your head. Nobody else. That's the same with Margot Robbie now when it comes to Harley Quinn.
Exactly. Which is why I think that having Lady Gaga portray her in this Joker, I think the Joker sequel is a bad idea. It's probably still going to be a really good movie, but I just feel like it's
a big swing.
It's a big swing, but
I
again,
like big swings.
So was Halloween Ends, and I enjoyed the big swing in Halloween Ends. So I'm willing to give anything a shot, to be fair. But again, like looking at, the Ayer cut is something I think David really wants. I know I want to see it. I know you guys want to see it. I know certain people I heard tonight say, oh, theatrical cut is imminent, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to release it theatrically. They're just not going to release it theatrically. Maybe a Fathom event. Because they've done Fathom events before for like when they had The Killing Joke. They did a 2-night Fathom event. Just recently, Clerks 3 was, I think, a Fathom event for like a week or something in theaters, or a week or 2 weeks or something like that. They had that playing. So Fathom events are turning into these very limited run screenings. So I could see them doing that and not putting a lot of money into the marketing and then letting word of mouth, carry it over and everything else. And to be fair, I do believe that if they released the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, it would draw a pretty big audience of people. I do. I think out of curiosity, it would. But
I think people are interested, just want to see what the hell it's up with that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But at the same time, I feel like there's a situation where they may not want to. Again, they may just want to set their agenda and go straight. Now, anything could happen here because we know. Okay, let's get into the article because we're kind of getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Eric here says, I hope Gunn is involved with reviving Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I think that will probably happen.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Just because of the cosmic side of it. And that is something that James is very
Boris
much into.
Kit tweeted, what was it that DC's going to be run like Pixar, to where even though Gunn's the head, filmmakers can still come in and pitch stuff. So,
I mean, that'll be interesting to see what they want to do with that. So let's take a look here. Did Boris Kit write this? Yeah, he did. Boris Kit, Aaron Couch wrote this. Two guys with a pretty decent track record in Hollywood.
They're like the big name writers there.
So they say the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is really changing. Finally, we get to use that line and have it mean something. In a stunning turn of events, filmmaker James Gunn and producer Peter Safran have been tapped to lead DC's film, TV, and animation efforts as co-chairs and co-CEOs of DC Studios, a newly formed division at Warner's that will replace DC Films. The unprecedented move, in which a top director will assume a top executive post, marks the end of a months-long search by Zaslav to replace Walter Hamada, who departed the studio last week. That search had all of Hollywood guessing and playing executive bingo for who would land one of the most coveted and challenging jobs in town. And that challenging aspect has more to do with like the current state of affair as well as the online conversations.
It's a brand in trouble and a brand that's very tough to crack. So.
It really, is it really that hard to crack? I mean, everyone seems to have this, like,
from an executive perspective, yes.
Just get someone who actually gives a shit about the IP and not their legacy. And yes, it'll be challenging, but you get a good storyteller in there that can somehow connect the dots and get rid of some of this fucking debris, and it's gonna be fine. Because look, I know everyone. I know it's like the big thing now, the hip thing, the bag on DC. But don't forget, this is fucking DC. Some of the greatest comic book characters of all time come out of that IP. If they can find a way to just give a shit about the IP, I think they can fix it. I really do.
I mean, you're not really wrong. I think when it is, when you look at someone like Safran, who's an experienced producer in a multitude of genres, and Gunn, who is an experienced filmmaker who worked underneath Kevin Feige.
And knows the day-to-day operations of how that studio was run.
And true, but also Feige, there was a rumor a number of years ago following Guardians 2 that James Gunn would be tapped to become an executive at Marvel.
Which I believe 100%.
I do believe that 100%. I think he was going to do that. I think that was going to be the case.
But then all that stuff happened, and then that never came to fruition.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, had that cancel culture shit not happened back in 2019, 2018?
Yeah.
James Gunn would be an executive at Marvel Studios today. Guarantee it. He would be in some kind of leadership position.
Oh, he would absolutely be an executive there. And I think a lot of people, DC would be in fucking shambles. They'd be in shambles at this point. Really, I don't think there's any other way to describe it. We can't really look at where DC is right now.
Again, Marvel lost out a little bit, sadly, because that decision, which sucks. But hey, it's DC.
Well, but they've also been able to kind of bring in Daniel Dessen-Cretton.
Oh no, they brought in great filmmakers. I'm saying Gunn's leadership and what he could have done if he was in an executive position. It's always that what if story,
Yeah. No, very, very much so. I think it would be good for them to kind of, when it comes to DC, to definitely kind of scale things back a bit and kind of just recalibrate where they're at. Because I know everyone out there is like, oh, we need to have, we need to have all of these people, we need to, because right now, was it trending earlier today was Restore the Snyderverse, # bring back Zack Snyder. All of this stuff.
Was yesterday too.
Yeah, but today was bad, and we're going to get to that here in a second. So this is what we know. It says here that Gunn will focus on the creative side of things, while Safran will focus on the business and production side. Both are expected to continue to direct and produce projects respectively.
Which is crazy. Like, Gunn is going to be an executive who does the desk job, but he also is going to still direct movies. Because remember, there was that THR article that said he pitched a secret movie. Now I want to know what the hell that secret movie was. So,
well, who knows? He could greenlight it now. Well, he could if he gets Zaslav approval. I mean, there's that. You know, he's anyway. So they will report directly to Zaslav and work closely with Warner's film bosses DeLuca and Pam Abdi. So DeLuca and Pam Abdi are there for the distribution side of things, right? That's what they're there for. They're there for the distribution side of things and to work with them to help with these projects. But the development and the execution will be done through Safran and James
basically
Gunn.
like how Disney's run, basically.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, no, actually, because Pixar and Marvel and Lucasfilm still have to go through whoever Braverman now is the one
before
who's
it was Alan Horn.
before it was Alan Horn. But in this particular case, you would figure let's say
wait. So they're skipping over the Alan Horn part, basically.
they're skipping over that.
Iger.
They're going straight to Iger or Chapek. Yeah, that's what they're going to. They're going straight to Chapek. They're to the top.
In this case, Zaslav, yeah.
Yeah, and that is the most fascinating. And I'm really wondering how much of that is going to be like an ego game down the road. Now, I don't see James Gunn having much of an ego. I don't think he does have much of an ego. I mean, there's times where he punches back on stuff, where he punches back like, this is a great banger of a tweet here. The earth revolves around the sun, mothers love their children, and Grace Randolph will spout bullshit. Which, yes, we will be looking at the Grace Randolph video
Oh my God.
when we're done with this. There is a lot going on with him in regards to how he responds to this shit.
Can
which
you
to
do that
me,
still?
yes.
Wait,
Yes,
so
he
you're
can.
telling me that the head of DC Studios, James Gunn, can go on Twitter when like a Geekosity article comes out, somebody tags him, he can just straight up say it's bullshit.
Yes, and I believe he
That's
should
gonna
do
be
that.
amazing.
And I think he
It's gonna be
will do
amazing.
that because he's created that atmosphere of like, no, he's a no-nonsense guy in that regard. People know that when James talks, and he's open with the fans. He's very open with the fans. He'll respond to you, like,
Yeah, I mean, dude, he could lead like Comic-Con panels, like be like a host like Feige where he's super
okay, why? Okay,
and
first
stuff.
off, why the fuck would he lead a Comic-Con panel?
Well, you know what I mean, like a presentation of like a slate or something. He could do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Aladdin says here, Jarbo, you said everyone has an ego. Yes, everyone has an ego, including James Gunn. What I mean by that is like in a professional sense, he's very good. He's been humbled by what happened 4 years ago. All right. Make no mistake. And even before then, he had come to be better than he was before in the past. But yeah, I mean, he clearly is going to have an interesting thing on that front there. Okay. Before we go on, we did get two more super chats here. Lindor, aka Paul.
Holy shit! Paul gave a super chat. What the
Paul
hell?
gave a super chat. Paul's given a couple super chats, man. He's a fan of the channel. Nah, Paul's a good dude. Also, congrats on your engagement, Paul. I saw your Twitter profile. So congratulations to that. Saying here, it's nice to have someone who actually reads comics, Gunn, as opposed to someone who just likes to look at pretty pictures, forsaking the characters to make it look cool. Say K. Snyder. I mean, like, I disagree. I think I get what you're saying. But the way I view it is the way, like, I kind of mentioned this before on Max's stream earlier. RJ, you were there for that, where I'm all like, Gunn is going to bring a humanity to these characters, especially on the DC side of things.
Right, which we'll get to because that's actually a direct quote from them.
Yeah,
so.
and it's funny. I hadn't even read the article yet, and then RJ's like, "Yeah, he already said that." I'm like, "Oh well, shit." But that's a big factor. Is we're going to see a lot of that coming out again, as I've said before, and again, people are free to disagree with me, and many of you will. The way I personally view Marvel versus DC is Marvel is very much having these characters that are humans who gain supernatural abilities and have to deal with that. Whereas DC comes across as more like godlike characters who are grappling with their humanity. And I feel that like there is
that's a good way to put it. I think.
That's
always how it's been. Marvel's been about like the average day person. Like Marvel's like, I think Stanley described it, or somebody described it as Marvel is like looking outside your window and there's superheroes outside. DC is like the godly, like the majestic, like the verisimilitude of it all.
Yeah, and one of the ways I kind of see this, and so this again is a very odd take on it, right? But if you look at the fact that in modern Western culture, religion is dying. In modern Western culture, it's slowing down. Fewer people are attending church. Fewer new people are starting to go to church. The religious influence has become insanely nutty with the rhetoric coming out of like mega churches and these ultra far right wing pastors that have to like hold to that fear and demagoguery in order to maintain their power. And I look at it like we're more of a, I think secular is the secular. I never remember what secular fully means. So I don't want to say we're an atheist country, but we are.
You're saying basically religions being like not as like there's a growing movement of people who don't embrace religion.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry. Secular is correct. It can mean in the Christianity, not subject or bound by religious rule, not belonging to or living in a monastic or other order. So it's kind of like, I would view that as being more like non-religious, but we are there as a culture. We are very much there, which is why it's a very scary thing when, the leaders on the right are always like, my three things are God, my country, and my family in that order. And you're like, okay, that's a little creepy. Don't do that. But in regards to this kind of stuff, secular humanist Jarbo, there we go. But there's a lot going on with this that I feel is a big factor. And Gunn is clearly an atheist, so I do not believe that he's going to.
Really? Gunn's an atheist? What gave you that impression?
Oh,
I'm joking. I'm just saying.
You know how it is. But that's kind of where I'm at with it, is I view it as being this thing where these characters that are largely kind of based around that mythology are going to get a human touch. And I think that's okay because that might make them more relatable. That might make them more relatable in many ways. And I know people out there are like, but Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Aquaman and The Flash, they're super relatable. I mean, they are, but they're also very surface level in a number of ways.
Well, it depends on the stories you tell with them.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I agree. I'm very biased, like how I view, and it might just be the fact that I'm very anti-religion.
James Gunn is a comic book reader. I think he's gonna know the stories that like really highlight the shining examples of what DC is, like the heart of it. I think listen, people made fun of Peacemaker, but that show had a lot of heart.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Oh, I love Peacemaker. It's one of my favorite shows this year.
I'm not saying I'm not saying like the tone of Peacemaker is what's going to be like every single project, but I think what James Gunn is going to try and do personally is really understand the core of these characters and the heart of them, and try and show that to audiences who may not understand those aspects of those characters that way. To where they may not look at that character and say, that character's a lot of heart and soul. Let's actually bring out the heart and soul back to DC a little bit.
Yeah, and Reed here says, look at what he did with Suicide Squad. Oh, I know. Well, my favorite thing about Suicide Squad was obviously Polka Dot Man. I think that Polka Dot Man was a fantastic character for the main fact that James Gunn and Damien Desjardins, is that how you pronounce this? The actor.
I think it's Damien Desmalchin.
I always hate when I fuck up their last names. I always feel terrible. But that actor did such an amazing job on that. And what was great about that is like Milton's character, you start to feel bad for Milton's character, and then in the end he dies.
Right. It's like, and Milton. Wait, who's Milton?
Yeah, exactly. No, Milton was the other guy. Milton was the large guy who came with him. That's what I got it.
I love the part in the rain when they do the montage where and walk into the base and Milton's just there.
And he's there in shorts and flip flops.
He's just I wasn't prepared for this.
And he's just got his Hawaiian print shirt on and like shorts and flip flops, and I was like, dude, I totally vibe with that, man. I vibe with that. I'm a shorts and flip flops guy. Hell yeah.
Dies, it's like shit. Milton died. Polka Dot Man's actually upset. He's like, why aren't you caring? It was Milton.
But did you ever hear James Gunn's explanation for Polka Dot Man? No. His entire thing was like we're meant to feel sorry for him, but the reality of it is that was his portrayal. He wanted us to feel sorry for him. We should have never felt sorry for him.
Act a little bit.
He was always playing for attention. Like even that part, like why didn't you remember when Milton died? It was like feel bad for him for criticizing you for not remembering Milton. It was the James Gunn explained. I'm like, oh yeah, he was always trying to play like I'm the victim. I'm the victim. I'm a victim of circumstance. My mother abused me and and the other siblings. And then that was the thing. Gunn's like, no, he totally just was like, he was lying the whole time. And I'm like, oh, you fucking dick. I kind of choose to like, and I'll tell you, part of me is like, I don't want to think about that when I watch this movie again, because I really just liked the character. I liked the portrayal. I liked the emotion he elicited. Like, yeah, I can get behind this guy. But then to find out that he's basically a false prophet. You know, and that subtext that you're going to hear after the fact, it wasn't necessarily in the movie, but it's like what I'm looking forward to is, and this is what people got mad about Zack Snyder at, was the deconstruction of these characters. I personally love the deconstruction, and I feel like the deconstruction will get very similar deconstructions with James Gunn, but I do think that the tone will be happier.
Can I just say, like, I think I get what you're going with. Maybe this is a better way to put it. I think James Gunn is going to do the deconstruction of these characters and do the deconstruction of these heroes in a way that's going to be more tangible for audiences. It's more easily acceptable. Because I think the way Zack did it, and this is not me trying to disrespect Zack Snyder, but I think the way Zack did it, it's very abrasive. It's very in your face. And sometimes it isn't so well with people. You got to eat. It's like, you know, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down a little bit. Yeah. James Gunn has more of that sugarness to him.
I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of like, again, I love Gunn. I love the way that he writes. But I think what people have been asking for in regards to DC, you'll get with James Gunn, like, you know, writing a Superman movie or directing a Superman movie, which is something that could potentially happen at this point. Yeah,
I you know what? I would agree with that. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
So we basically already know like what's going to happen with this.
Yeah. It did mention that Safran was Gunn's manager during his early career days.
They know each other. Yeah. Okay. So clearly they work well together, but I just want to get to Music Man here for 5. Thanks, buddy. It says James and his friend only signed on for 4 years. What happens if they fail? Then they'll be out in 4 years.
Yeah. But they're giving them 4 years. Here's the other thing too. Remember, people were saying that in 2 years they're going to sell Universal. Is that still going to happen now? Because remember, this deal's for 4 years.
I don't know.
Yeah, if they can turn DC into a powerhouse again, yeah, that's going to up the ante to sell to Universal. I still believe Zaslav is going to very much sell the franchise. I think he's going to sell the studio to somebody else. But this is his swing. This is him realizing, like, look, they're in a good space. Let's be fair. House of the Dragon did very, very well for HBO.
House of the Dragon's been like
massively well
popular.
I still need to finish. I still need to watch it. I keep meaning to.
Yeah,
I keep playing the Division 2. It's how I've been unwinding. So I'm like going through the Division 2, and I'm like, God damn, these Ubisoft open world games, you fuckers. They know how to trigger my OCD, and I hate it because I'm like, oh look, there's things on the map I need to go clear off. I should also do a main mission. So I'm gonna go clear off the map real quick, and then
I'll do the mission.
Then it's like I go into the next little sector, and it's like, oh, here's more things. I'm like, you fucking assholes. But no, I lost my train of fucking thought. But no, House of the Dragon was really popular. It's done very. I mean,
Batman did pretty well.
Well, it's the Batman did, but here's the thing though. In regards to House of the Dragon, even though people were bashing on season 8 of Game of Thrones unfairly, in my opinion,
it didn't matter because it blew up.
It didn't matter because the amount of traffic that it got, House of the Dragon, I think even surpassed the series finale of Game of Thrones.
Yes, it did. They said that the season finale for season 1 of House of the Dragon was the most watched anything ever since Game of Thrones, the series finale.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
And what you need to realize about HBO is that they lost a vast majority of their male demographic once Game of Thrones ended 3 years ago. They've been
trying to get them back, but
like Watchmen was like a way to get them on in, and other things like, you know, things like that. And I think some of that stuff will work. But just imagine now with Gunn and Safran on board, and like Peacemaker goes to HBO, Peacemaker season 2,
also the Penguin series,
the Arkham Asylum, which I do have an article for that as well, but we can get to that towards the end. There's just a lot going on. Like they're going to start really building that up to, I think, rival Disney Plus, because. And that makes a lot of sense, especially if they're able to find a way to do it that's in a manageable budget. So, but no, I think the 4 years is just a standard contract. You know, a lot of things are like that. Rationally for $2, also asking, will Cavill, Gal, and Affleck stay? Well, I mean, we know Cavill's back, but
Yeah,
I do.
Cavill's back. I think he's gonna work with James Gunn for sure.
I do believe so. But I mean, again, like, the idea here though is I do not believe a deal has been signed, and this is why I believe a deal
they got the heads of the studio now. So
yes. Now that they have that in place, I do believe a deal is imminent. I think we'll know more about that come November 1st. That's James Gunn's first day on the job.
I would really just real quick, because November 1st is the first day, as you mentioned, Matt. I would really pay attention to what happens in the month of November, before Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, because I think you're going to see a lot of announcements being made in regards to what comes after Blue Beetle. So,
well, they need to. They absolutely need to acknowledge that.
But will we get another Snyder turkey?
It'll be a Snyder turkey.
God.
No, here's what's going to happen. It's going to be a Snyder turkey. It'll be a Snyder turkey, but on top of the book, of the Final Crisis book, it'll be either the Blu-ray of Dawn of the Dead, or it'll be like a picture of James Gunn or the Guardians of the
That
Galaxy.
would be funny. That would be great.
A little baby Groot toy on top of it or something.
Oh God. Oh my God. So I've heard, okay, I tuned into Sill's show earlier today. I was kind of curious. I listened for 20 minutes.
Why would you do that?
Because my kids are watching Gabby's Playhouse on Netflix and I wanted to kill myself. So I thought might as well just do something that I also want to kill myself listening to, but fuck it. I'm a masochist. What can I say? But so here's the thing. It's Sill was actually being for the most part, relatively calm, right? He was not trying to overplay it too much because they really could. I think they realized at this point they can't. No, they can't overhype this shit. Mikey was trying to downplay some stuff and elevate others.
They were trying to calm down their audience, I think.
The audience is not happy today. Yeah. However, they brought Zodwriter on, which I don't know why you would bring that guy on to do anything. All that guy does is just spout conspiratorial nonsense. Literally just, it's nonstop with that guy. It's dude, come on, stop doing it. If you're trying to calm your audience down, don't bring in Zodwriter, who, again, was saying, I think that James Gunn was sent in to usurp DC. And then even today, he's like, I've said my things about James Gunn, and he still kind of backed up that original thought. And then he's all but James Gunn was the one championing the Marvel versus DC movie, and The Rock likes the idea too, and that's probably going to happen. I'm like, that's not going to, Marvel gains nothing by doing that.
Spoiler alert.
I mean,
spoiler for the Grace video, she mentions that too, saying it's now a possibility.
No, that's fucking bullshit. Come on. What does Marvel gain? Literally nothing.
It would basically be a power move for DC, because DC would need that more than Marvel would.
Who would get the money on that? How would they split the money on that one? Would it be like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit scenario? They're never going to do that again.
Listen. I don't know when, but down the line, eventually. Hello.
Don't come in here with your.
Eventually, a DC Marvel crossover will inevitably happen way down the line. I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Animated. I could see it being animated, but not live action.
But Disney's doing their thing. I'm sorry, Disney was doing their thing with Marvel. If Disney apprehends DC, they monopolize it. But my point being is for the record, also, at least Zod was somewhat on the right path. James Gunn joining DC, he was on the right path. Just maybe not the whole Marvel. Again, anything's possible with James Gunn being here. My big thing is why are they mad? Why are the Snyder fans mad?
Why are they mad, Saggy?
This is a good thing for them.
Because they have sandy vaginas. That's why they're upset.
No,
but this is why I said earlier.
They don't like Marvel. They don't like Marvel, the MCU.
But here's my thing. Right? James Gunn is close to Zach. They've worked together. They are friends. The chances of right, but still, they might still be in contact. We don't know their relationship to that degree. They might still be cool. But if that's the case, the fans should be happy, because now if they want the Snyderverse to happen, who most likely James Gunn could be the person that
basically saying what you're saying is that your chances were already zero, but this made it better than nothing. So maybe
you're telling me there's a chance.
Right.
No,
it's
I get what you're saying though. It's you have a better chance now that you did.
Well, okay, but let's get back to the original question there, which is Henry, Gal, and Ben. Henry definitely. Gal, she's out after Wonder Woman 3, I believe.
Unless James Gunn can convince her.
Unless they're able to really find a way to make it work and get rid of Patty Jenkins. I'm sorry, it's time. She shouldn't direct Wonder Woman 3 at all, but they're contracted.
No. Keep Patty, but bring back Alan Heinberg, who wrote the first film.
Oh, yeah, bring back a competent writer. Okay, yeah, I get that. I understand that. It's kind of like Ryan Johnson. Like, don't direct your own scripts. Well, Knives Out was good, but that's like the only one he's written that I've liked. But anyway,
Very excited for Glass Onion, by the way.
Yes, me too. Very excited. The reviews on it have been okay. So, and then as for Ben, again, who fucking knows, dude?
Well,
People
Ben's
are running
weird because now he's back in Aquaman 2.
But
listen,
that might get cut. That might get cut.
Well, that's the thing. I think that they got like on November 1st, they got to have meetings being like, okay, what the hell is this Flash movie? What does it set up? Do we even want to go through with any of these plans? That'd be something they really got to consider. Like, do we even want to follow through with any of this stuff or not?
Yeah. Well, and then again, looking at Black Adam and the plan they have for Black Adam, I mean, the movie is okay. So I was on Casey Walsh's space earlier tonight for a few minutes, and we were talking about the opening numbers of Black Adam versus the opening of Shazam worldwide. So domestically, Black Adam opened higher, but only by 11 million. Or no, sorry, by 14 million. And so that was like, 53 for Shazam, 67 for Black Adam. Worldwide, Black Adam 140, 142. Shazam had, I think, 156 or something like that. So they're close enough. They're close enough, but that is also without China. Black Adam opened like that without China. But we have noticed that
China again.
China. China. Vagina. Have you seen Vagina recently? It's in the cellar. Or it's on the shelf. It's the good China. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm trying to make a joke about color, about what? Plates. But anyway, yeah, like, Black Adam needs to open up in China. There's still no release date. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
Update on that. It is opening in China November 11th.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. So that should be pretty good for them. And I think The Rock will pull in a pretty decent penny there. And I think I amended even my own thoughts on it, where I think worldwide it's going to cap out at like maybe 650, 700. If it crosses 700, that's amazingly good. And that will definitely do well. But I don't know if the movie has enough going for it stateside.
I don't know, man. I think stateside, I think it's going to drop like a rock. I'll be all up to the
Well, is there a reason to go back to go see it?
Listen, I haven't seen the movie yet because I got sick. So I'm going to try and go this weekend. So for people like me, it'll be my chance to see it for the first time. But otherwise, no, not really. Unless like you really want to support DC, I think there'll be people who didn't check it out the first weekend. Like weekend 3 is gonna drop like bad.
I think it might have like, I would assume maybe a 65 to 70% drop this weekend.
Yeah.
Because there's like, even though there's not much else going on, Terrifier 2 seems to be the talk.
Bro.
I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch
that
it.
movie, bro.
Like what? Is it fucked up or what?
Okay, look, I've watched horror.
I saw a clip on Twitter. That shit looks so bad.
I'm not really into gore, bro. I'm not into
really?
brutal kills. I'm not into
Is it on digital?
But let me tell you something, man. This one, when I was watching it, I literally felt myself starting to freak out a little bit.
Oh yeah. I can watch
dude,
it on.
Like Matt, we're talking about like, because I didn't hear about Terrifier 1, but like I saw a clip on Twitter of someone in the theater recording some Terrifier 2. We're talking about like gore that's like like going from 0 to 20, like in terms of like the blood, the mutilation of bodies, like nasty shit.
No,
do I need to watch Terrifier 1 before I watch Terrifier 2? Right, no, because I watched the trailers. I watched the trailers.
It's a trilogy, Maddie. Believe it or not.
Let me see here, because I mean, the movie. Yeah, you can watch the movie's out on digital right now. But like, why the fuck is a horror movie 2 hours and 18 minutes long?
Why wouldn't it be?
Because
I don't know.
Like we're talking like 15-minute long like mutilation scenes and shit. Like it's crazy. It's crazy shit.
Oh my god! I'm actually like, oh my god. I'm just like looking at some stuff right now. I gotta watch this.
I told you it's nasty shit.
And clowns already freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, that's like a killer clown.
Oh my god, I can't. Well, this guy's got this up and coming movie coming out like in a month and a half, right? The mean one. Have you heard? Did you hear about that one, Chris?
Oh, the Grinch horror movie.
The Grinch one, that's starring the guy playing Art the Clown from Terrifier. Like he's playing. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I covered that fucking story, and that video got like 45,000 views. Like, I made like $150 in ad rev on that shit. I'm like, yo, I got to talk about fucking Terrifier. I got to do that for Patio commentary, man. Dive into those movies. I'm trying to get on some horror shit going on right now because I've been having fun watching horror again. You know, like I really enjoyed the Halloween movies.
By the way, Matt,
I did.
The chat's saying that the first Terrifier is free on Tubi.
Oh, okay, cool. It's on Tubi. Sweet.
The hell's a Tubi?
So is the
actually,
Amber
believe
Heard
it or
and
not-
Johnny Depp movie.
Believe it or not, Tubi's not as bad as y'all think it is. There's a
I
lot
have
of good
no
old
clue.
shit
I have
that
no
you
clue.
can
I'm
only
like
find.
Saggy. I don't know what Tubi is.
There's a
I
lot
know
of
what
shit
Tubi
you
is.
can only find on Tubi. It's actually not as bad as
Well,
y'all
what the
think.
hell is Tubi?
It's-
Do you not
it's
know what
like-
Tubi is? Okay, hold
No,
on. I'll show you.
me and Saggy don't know.
It's clearly
Okay,
a
hold on.
streaming service, but still.
Yeah. Tubi is owned by Fox. Which not Disney. It's owned by Fox. So let me bring this up here because hell yeah, dude, I'm gonna watch that shit because you can get the Tubi app on the TV as well. It's got ads, which sucks, but like whatever.
And that clown, that Terrifier clown, actually made his first appearance in a movie called All Hallows Eve. It's a trilogy. It goes All Hallows Eve, Terrifier, Terrifier 2.
So this is Tubi right here. Free movies and TV, fewer ads than cable, no subscription required. And
Oh,
so you
that's
can,
cool.
So you don't have to pay for it. It's all free.
No,
It's all
and
free,
there's
but there's
actually some
ads, but
pretty
there's-
cool shit on there, man.
Is there, so there's how
Yeah.
many ads are we talking? Like really annoying.
I'm not-
ads?
maybe
I'm not-
three, maybe three.
yeah, so you've got, Deadpool's on here right now. The kid that's from 2019, that's fucking Ethan Hunt. And you got Deadpool 2's on here, both Deadpools, Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior is a great one. The Vanishing's on here. These are just what's featured right now. You can look to see first time on Tubi, Hitman in London, don't know. A lot of bad movies here, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, but that's part of the fun of it, actually. Like, look at this here,
It's
Nightmare.
funny,
I don't know what this Nightmare Cinema is, but I want to see it.
Oh my god, I saw. So I think that looks familiar. I think when I was at a haunted house, like the haunted house that I go to, they play like while you're waiting in line. They have like horror movies playing in the background. That looked like one of the movies that was playing on the things. That I saw that little creepy character. It looked cheesy as fuck, but
But look at these here, like Tomboy,
Tomboy,
Trip with the
you
Teacher,
can't find Tomboy anywhere.
1985 comedy romance on Tubi. You got the Beach Girls, the Teacher. This is all like
it's like really old random
the
shit.
Stepmother.
There's new shit on there too, though. It's not all
Cave
like-
Girl. They got
It's a Donnie Yen movie.
yeah, Raging Fire. There's a bunch. My Weekend with the Babysitter.
My Chauffeur. Holy shit.
hey,
Hotel.
Sagacity. Yeah, it's a movie about me.
There you go, Honey. I've heard of that one actually. You've got what is this? Next Door, The Amityville Moon. I don't know, but that cover is lit. Hotel Inferno. That looks also awesome. Furry. There we go, guys. Or Fury, but whatever.
Wow, I love how that's where your mind went when you saw that word.
Max Cloud, Scott
Shriek,
Adkins
shriek.
movie.
That's
Oh.
a furry confirmed.
Wait, isn't that the guy?
That's
Isn't
Scott
that-
Adkins. That's the action star.
Okay, that's not the
Martial
guy
artist.
who wanted to be in who wanted to be in.
No,
okay,
something
no.
else, yeah.
Here we got Malibu Beach. I mean, like all of these like sexploitation films, and then like really shitty sci-fi. Kevin Sorbo, Lightning Strikes. What the fuck?
Is there a trailer for that?
Let's see. Okay. It's Universal. I'm not going to play it. All right. A man must save his town from a monster that hides in lightning.
Look at that cover. Look at that cover. That's amazing looking.
But look, you got Python 2,
Holy
Snowmageddon.
Holy shit! I
Fucking
gotta
creep.
check this out.
Dude,
Like,
there's so
'cause,
much shit on here.
I love watching bad movies with my dad. And just
There's
laughing
so
at them.
much of them too, but there's also good ones in there.
Wait.
Yeah.
And then you have Lavish with Grace, our Alzheimer's story, in the middle of all this.
Yeah. I wonder if I could get In Search of on here. Just like if I could find it to get In Search of on. That'd be great. I mean, look at all the, tons. The Last Fire.
In Search of, what are you talking about?
Oh, my movie. Did you not know I made a shitty movie?
I did, but I didn't know that they would have it on Tubi or something.
No. I wonder if I could get it on here. I don't even
Oh,
want.
yeah. You probably could. Yeah,
I probably could.
They
It's
have
like,
an
play
old, There's an old indie section. There's a whole indie section.
Oh, nice. Zombie Wars, Honky Tonk Nights.
Echoes from the 19th century. What the hell's that?
I don't. I mean,
Billy the Kid versus Dracula.
oh, that's an old movie, dude. Holy shit. There's a lot. Superman 1942.
Oh, I thought that's the serials. Those are the serials.
Yeah,
There's
TV has all of every season of Transformers, every season of G.I. Joe.
What?
Yeah.
the Love Statue LSD Experience.
What?
Falling right next to Bigfoot. Just something called fucking Bigfoot.
He's like, that cover's amazing. Like, he's like tearing up that motorcycle guy. It's a guy shooting him with a machine gun.
Oh my god, these looks horrible. I want to watch these.
Is that Peter Stormare?
Yes, Peter and the Assassins. Yeah, it's Peter Stormare. And
Midnight Cop.
There's just a lot of stuff here. Found footage of fear, digital terror. What? Hold on. What is this? All right, so a cruel young man exposes the secrets of others online, only to find himself tormented by an unseen force with nefarious intentions of its own.
Wow.
And this is found footage of fear, digital terror.
Look at that one. Terrornet. Your sins will come back to haunt you.
Oh my god!
It's listed as horror comedy.
A ghost hunting team attempts to heal or help a cursed woman by banishing the demon spirit that taunts her. And it's, I mean, like, who released this movie? I just
Matt, I really do think you can get your movie on here. I would really.
What did I just watch on here?
I regret asking what TV was.
Oh, the Chainsaw Massacre remake with Jessica Biel. That's like one of the best Chainsaw. That one's on TV. There's like
look here we go. We got Amy Brenneman, Kathy Baker, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms.
ATF.
Fucking it's Summer School, but it's not the Mark Harmon comedy from the 80s. That'd be great. The Adventure Club. I mean, there's the
original Animorphs series. Wow.
There's a if you ever wondered just how bad certain movies, like where bad movies go to die, here you go. Train to Kill USA. Definitely probably an anti-war film. This is Tubi, you guys. So if they have Terrifier on here.
On here too, apparently. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think this is just for some reason Prisoners of the Dead. Doesn't that look very familiar?
Yes, looks like that George Romero cover.
Yeah, well, it does.
Left 4 Dead, the video game.
Also, Army of the Dead, if I recall, they had very similar too. But Prisoners of the Dead? Look, all right. I want to. Let's see. After a deadly gas leaks into the air, a group of lawmen and convicts find themselves stuck between survivors of zombie apocalypse and the bloodthirsty undead.
Wow, it's literally Return of the Living Dead. It's literally.
Taylor asked a really good question. How many of Gina Carano's future movies will be on here?
I don't know. All of them. So, anyway, we're not done with the James Gunn stuff yet. I know it's, we started talking
I'm so
Terrifier.
sorry I fucking asked. I'm so
Cameron!
sorry.
So, Caden here. What's up, Caden?
Who the fuck is Cameron?
That's Cameron.
That's Cameron right there.
Yeah. Where the fuck have you been, Saggy? God
Saggy, jeez.
Like a year and a half ago or some shit. Enosh accidentally called him Cameron, and I've been calling him Cameron ever since.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that Prisoners of the Dead poster is legit a copy and paste of one of the other zombie movie posters.
It's also a copy. Yeah, it's a.
But instead of the red background,
Land of the Dead is what it is.
Land of the Dead.
Yeah,
and instead of the red background, it's a green-blue background with a moon. Like that's legit all they did.
And the video game is also Left 4 Dead. It's just the exact same thing.
Okay, awesome. James Gunn is the blueprint. Back to James Gunn.
Oh, but yeah.
Well, wait. I do wanna ask. Like, if there is a way for me to submit my movie, I will totally submit the digital file because that's all I fucking have. But anyway.
Hey, listen, you never know.
Yeah, get it on there.
Is it time to make fun of Snyder fans?
You know what? We can make fun of Snyder fans. There's a lot there. Oh my god, there's a lot there.
Jackie went in on him on her stream.
Dude, yeah, damn right I did. Dude, they started posting like pictures of like and saying that they should bomb fucking DC studios.
Oh,
and shit.
Zelensky's here. Yeah.
Oh
this-
yeah,
there
hold
was
on.
one
I
guy
didn't get.
doing,
Can you
bro.
guys send me those pictures or post them in the? I know
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
posted in the DM group.
There
but-
was one
it's-
dude who
Hold on, I
literally
got
said,
you. I'll
there's
send
one
directly to
dude
you.
like
All right,
two-
thank you.
There's one dude called Two Partisan or whatever who said, Zelensky is hiding here, Russia. Please bomb this location and just post it.
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Well,
it was
so
the Wonder Lot.
while Saggy is sending
Well,
me that, we
also-
had. Oh, sorry, King. Go ahead.
There's also one going around that has the Kanye West Donald Trump photo in the White House, saying, "Oh, here's Zaslav and Gunn."
Yeah, this Carlos guy, the Bob Digi69, who has the Christopher Nolan as his avatar, he said that MAGA has taken over DC and that only Trump supporters are happy about this. Like, what? James Gunn's an outspoken liberal who got canceled like Trump. Why does he say that MAGA's taken over DC?
I don't. They don't have any
Because
other.
They don't have
have-
logic in their
Yeah.
brain to function and to actually function like a correct
And then
human
you have
being.
Joe Costello, by the way.
Oh yeah. Let me.
And Mercury. And
I
Mercury.
got you that.
I got those. I got a couple of Mercury. This one cracked me up the most. This is one of Sill's best friends, Joe.
Oh, this bitch
Costello
is
here.
crazy.
And she was going off on Dave the Film Junkie and everyone that's over there on the vodka
She
stream.
calls everybody a pedophile.
Oh yeah, in her mind, her entire world is surrounded by pedophiles. Yeah, kind of crazy. So she says, yesterday no scooper gave this big information, so any scooper hyping Gunn as the leader of the DCEU will be considered by me as a pedophilia apologist. I'm disgusted.
So wait, I'm so confused.
So does that mean she's gonna hate Sill now?
Well,
Yeah.
Sill was basically backing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that like she started off saying like, "Oh, since no one had this, no one like knew about this," and then she went on about another thing. Like the tweet is like, she had one thought about what the tweet will be for the first sentence, and then the rest of it was another thought. It's like two incomplete thoughts put in one tweet.
Yeah.
Like-
well, she's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
she's just stupid. That's just the best way to describe it.
Anybody who supports
She's a stupid.
James Gunn is
She's a
a
stupid.
Oh my
Stupid.
God, Wayne! It's
apologist.
Wayne! Shut up, Wayne T.
No,
Car's in the
not
chat.
Wayne.
Shut your
No,
face.
that's not.
not
That's not
Wayne.
actually Wayne T. Carr. That's not Wayne T.
Damn
Carr.
it! I got excited. Don't get me excited.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
It
a,
was
it's a
like,
it's a troll account.
Like Wayne doesn't use the Green Lantern picture as his avatar. It's his professional photo.
It's been a while since I've seen Wayne. I know he's busy, but I was like, I got excited. Don't do that to me.
I don't think Wayne would not come
Wayne
here.
would not come here. considering
Wayne,
the
I have criticized Wayne. Well, not criticized Wayne. I've criticized
Wayne
people's
would've-
response to Wayne.
Wayne would have
And
came here.
well, because I said I did a video once called the Wayne T. Carr problem. And like I was talking about how people have never seen him act, and they're like, "Oh my God, you know." And I think Enosh brought it up to him on stream one night, and he's like, "Yeah, no, that's true. People haven't seen me act."
I think that's the night that I met him.
No, I was gonna say he actually did give you props for that. He's like, he's not wrong. He's right. I know.
No, I have
he's
nothing
releasing
against Wayne
that.
T. Carr. Like literally, I wish him nothing but the best. Like 100%.
He's doing good. He's been in a lot of commercials lately. He's been getting work.
Good.
So.
Well, he did say that being associated with the Snyder Cut did open some doors. Congratulations, 100%. I'm just saying, Jarvo bullied poor Wayne. I didn't bully anybody,
No.
but I ask very direct questions. And I don't suckle at the tea to fandom. I'm sorry.
Wayne T. Carr says, "Thanks, Matt."
You're welcome, Wayne. Party on, Wayne.
I all got excited. I hate you for that. You're evil.
What?
I got excited. I love him. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good person.
Yeah. Saggy gets excited for a lot of things.
Remember when she
Hello.
tried hooking up with Wayne, right? Like on stream, even though he was married. Good times.
Oh, that was pretty. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that was
You were-
that wasn't
no,
me. That was
yes,
William.
you were. No, you
Oh.
were trying.
No, I
You were
wasn't. No, I
trying.
wasn't. No, I
Yeah.
It's
wasn't.
like,
Because I got on
no,
it.
Yeah, talk you down. Like,
RJ,
I'm married, sorry.
RJ, first of all, no, that's not what happened. That stream is still up and available. William put me on the spot because I usually do that as a joke. And then William said, "Oh, aren't you going to hit on Wayne?" And I'm like, I was the one who said, "William, he's married with his child." So, no, nice try. You
We
tried
all
it.
knew what you were thinking. It's okay.
Yeah, you're going to be back
We
on
know
now?
you're a
Backpedal, bro.
Wayne, the fake Wayne in the chat. That was pretty freaky.
Yeah, that nice backpedal, RJ. I like that backpedal you got going on.
Okay, homewrecker.
Damn.
Jesus, dude.
Hey, at least there'll be people out there that would let me wreck their home. Ain't nobody wanting you to wreck theirs. They'd be more afraid of what you do to their refrigerator.
I've been stalking.
To be fair, if
shit.
RJ fell down a flight of stairs, he could
I've
cause
been
some serious
stalking the
damage.
shit out of your
Well, no.
OnlyFans. You can
Listen,
come wreck my home
listen,
anytime.
Actually, it'd be good if someone fell down the stairs and I was there because I'm a pretty soft landing spot. You know, a lot of blubber. Yeah.
I mean, when they have to roll you in flour to find the wet spot,
What
that
is
is a
happening
problem.
right now?
I don't
Even,
understand
hold on. Even RJ's self-own is bad. Like that's how you know RJ don't got no good clapbacks. He's trying to self-own himself and it failed. Like
I was trying. God damn it!
I'm just so confused on what's happening right now.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's get back into let's get back into the meat and potatoes of this. There's this guy here. Unbiased Snyder fan who's just a total
this
moron.
guy. By the way, this guy hates Syl and Mikey too, though. He's
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he hates them. He thinks that they're liars.
Okay, he says James Gunn is good friends with Jeff Johns and Joss Whedon, and even like tweets dissing Ray Fisher. People are mad about apparently James Gunn deleting the tweet to Ray, but James also auto deletes his
tweets.
And what's another thing also is that I think people forgot that Alan Tudyk wasn't saying that that this isn't real or anything. He's saying that I can't imagine what people have gone through with him, since I've been friends with him, I have a biased imagination on who he is. That's basically that.
I think it's ridiculous when people always bring up this person's friends with this person. Yes, a lot of directors are affiliated or at least associated friendly terms with other people. That's how the business is. You're going to be friendly. Now, to say they're friends, you don't know if he's actually friends with these people, but he's associated. He's friendly with them. So again, even if he was friends, what does it matter? Everyone's friends, quote, you can't see my air quotes, quote, friends in the industry. That's just how the industry operates.
Is Unbiased Snyder fan trying to imply that because James Gunn replied with the heart emoji to Joss Whedon complimenting him that he somehow is a bad person?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
It's Twitter. Yeah. It's the internet. It never.
They are. Yeah. Hold on here. Rational says I DM'd you more tweets. Here's the thing, dude. You got to send me direct links, man. I don't trust nothing you send me screenshot wise. I'm sorry, I don't. You have been.
He's too good at doctoring stuff.
You're very good at doing all that stuff. I don't know there. Okay, yeah, we got the ones you sent me. I've got those anyway. Okay, so here's another one here. Whedon talking about when Scorsese had came out against Marvel films. Whedon had said, I first think of James Gunn, how his heart and guts are packed into Guardians of the Galaxy. Gunn replied to his old friend with a simple heart emoji. A
heart emoji means everything, guys.
They're
it means more than writing a full out reply saying, thank you, Joss. Your films feel the same way or something, It totally means more than that,
Oh, yeah.
I love how everyone's putting up Garbo at DMs. Be like, I got more stuff to show you. You see this. Everyone's saying we're gonna message you stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna put up the screen. I've already got a lot of it here. So here's the one here from Aquaman. Just showing the missile hitting Warner Brothers, and then also you got this one here. Hey, Russia, Zelensky is hiding here. Drop one and level this.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
This guy needs to be on a watch list. This partisan guy, look, on a watch list.
I think a lot of this shit is just really over the top trolling. But people
these people like partisan legit. I think I really do.
These people are serious. Yeah, these
the
people
one person that I think is really hold on here. Rational says you're blocked by most Snyder Bros, so you won't be able to see them. If you send me the link, I can open it up in an incognito window and take a screenshot.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I post anything because again, you sent me a doctored tweet earlier today, so that right. It's funny, but I'm not going to do that. But we did get a couple here today from our old pal Mr. Mercury, who had probably the best meltdown I've seen so far. You got this one here. DC fan, no more.
What's
so
funny?
Upset.
What? Why the fuck is it a Spider-Man outfit in the garbage?
Spider-Man, no more.
You can't even meme right, you dumb fuck. Wow.
Some people are stupid. And then of course,
how me and Mercury are still mutuals for some reason.
Here's the thing with Mercury, right? Was he ever really a DC fan? Or was he just a
No,
Zack
he's a
Snyder fan?
grifter.
I think a lot of
He's
these
a
guys are just
grifter.
Zack Snyder fans. That's all they
No,
are.
they're
you know?
no, they're not even
Just
fans. They're
admit that.
grifters. They're grifters. They're not even Zack Snyder fans. They're grifters.
Grifters make money. Mercury hasn't made money.
Yeah, Mercury.
So-
Mercury
But,
He's
can
got
get
clout.
Mercury,
He's got
he's
clout.
got some clout though, and he has been, you know, he did go see. I forget which movie it was. He saw early. He does have. He
He's
has
seen a
gotten
movie early?
something. Here, there is something he says it. I don't know how true it is, but you
The
know,
dude lies a lot, so I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you know, he says
I
here.
mean, a lot of them, like every time a movie's social reactions come out, like there's always a group of people who want to tweet out, like for shits and giggles as a reaction, like basically copy and pasting someone else's like reaction, but changing like a
I'm
couple
just saying,
words.
like, if this dude, like, just say that you're just a DC, you're just a Zack Snyder fan. You don't care about anything else. Just admit
Oh my
it.
god, Matt, let me
Admit
read
it.
this because I want to read this in the way that I picture all of the Snyder Bros to how they are.
All right.
Literally the worst news of all time. Holy shit. They made Gunn new co-head of DC. There's no way.
Is it weird that I'm turned on right now?
Yes, it is.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Well, as far as I know, Mercury is gay, so maybe you know, you're opening yourself up to some new idea, a new way of thinking, Chris.
That's just the way Saggy's reading it, man.
You're just
Like,
just
she did
like
something on her
very
stream
very
earlier.
sad sounding women get you turned on.
Well,
I'm a little
like
she did
concerned.
something on her
Above it.
stream earlier where she changed her voice and she sounded like all Valley, and I was like, that
Oh
is
my
sexy
God.
as fuck.
I like how the tweet above it is the Snyder cultists are losing their brains right now, and then literally the tweet below it is
Yeah, I actually had the one right here too, from Big Screen Leaks here, saying they're losing their minds. It's great, and then Mercury even goes on to say here, he goes on a full Joker rant. Send in the clowns. All it takes is one bad day. You wonder how I got these scars. Ha
Hey,
ha hee ha ha ha.
Isn't amateur watcher Ohio Dave?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ohio Dave wasn't happy either, but he didn't tweet very much about it. He just made
Why
one
does his
tweet.
avatar look like Isom?
It's Mr. Terrific from DC Comics, who James
That's
Gunn is public.
racist. Why do you think
Actually-
every black superhero looks like Chris?
No. Here's something really funny, right? That character, Matt, pull up the screenshots again.
Yeah.
James Gunn has said that he's a big fan of Mr. Terrific and wants to work with them. Imagine if James Gunn works on him, puts Mr. Terrific in one of his directed movies, and Mercury has to watch that shit. I would
Well,
laugh
no,
my ass
you know how many of these guys are going to claim I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch
Dude,
it.
they all say that and they all watch it, motherfuckers.
They do.
All
By
of
the
them.
way, Command Unit, I did get your comment there. We'll take a look at that at the end there. Apparently, Geralt of Snyderverse has now said some stuff.
he said
He's been on a
something.
redemption path, though.
Yeah,
He's been more
he's
nice
been
lately.
Doing something. There's
You're
like
too soft,
a
RJ. You
change
can't
of
be-
heart. No, but seriously,
No, he
have you
seriously
seen-
changed his
like,
heart. Like, he's
he
more
has
positive
a
about
ch-
stuff
a
now.
change of heart recently about all this DC stuff, and I unblocked him because of that. And I was like, you know what?
He's
I'll block
grifting you
you.
guys. Wow, are you falling for the grift?
Well, I don't know what it is. Like, the thing is, like, I have noticed in recent months, his rhetoric has really toned the fuck down. You know, it's.
I still want to
it's
know what he
re-
did with that
Like he
GoFundMe
doesn't,
money.
like he doesn't even do this. Like he doesn't even do like the retweet campaigns as much anymore. He's just like, yeah, if it goes well.
No,
then okay.
Saggy's got a good point. Saggy, say that again.
I just want to know what he did with that GoFundMe money that no one fucking talks about. No
Yeah,
one
where
fucking
the
asks
fuck's
questions.
that
Like,
money?
where the fuck the money go?
It went up his ass, I guess. I don't know.
Well, literally, he bought a stripper, and that's what happened.
He made $200 on that $2,000 fucking GoFundMe. Where'd that money go?
$200? Yeah, a stripper.
I mean, that gets you
No,
about
but-
like 15 minutes.
$2
Yeah.
grand. $2 grand, guys.
$2,000 would get you 30 seconds in a warm hand. You know what I mean? But
Really?
I mean,
Fuck
well, it'd be
that.
way cheaper than $2,000. $2,000, you
There
could
you
probably
go,
get the full
RJ.
Monty.
Save up some money, RJ.
Here we go.
Wow.
So
I got
this
a
is an
call
image
girl
that.
all night for $1,000 in St. Louis.
Well, that's St. Louis.
Ooh, what's
What the
this?
fuck does that mean, Maddie? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean, it's the South.
No, it's not. We're Midwest. It's the fucking South.
What? No, it ain't.
We're flyover Midwest.
Whatever,
motherfucker.
dude. You're fucking like Northwest South.
No, but we're still considered the Midwest.
Whatever. Here's
Hey,
so
this
boss. So
He
this
changed
is.
the subject. This fucking guy.
I'm trying to get back on fucking point. Y'all talking about like hookers and shit. Jesus. Although last night on the show we spent like 5 minutes discussing squirting. So
No, that was a good stream though. I watched that whole stream.
There we go. Talking about streaming water sports. This is something Boss Logic dropped yesterday. Geralt of Snyderverse had tweeted this out today, with like kind of everything coming back together. It feels like I think there is a fair amount of hope that there are some DC fans. Again, what I think is happening here.
Who's the black guy?
Who's the black guy?
Not black guy, like African American black guy. Who's the black
That's
guy?
Adam Smasher. Because remember Boss Logic was
total fucking artist. Snake Eyes rip off. I'm so sick of people.
Well, no, because that was if you look at the original concept art for Adam Smasher, at least the public one,
that's really good art. I like that art.
I mean, Boss Logic is a great concept artist. So I mean,
look at Black Adam all the way in the background. That's dope.
And Batman right there.
In the lightning.
Yeah, well, Batman's looking at Black Adam like, what you got, bitch?
Yeah, but that's how Batman looks at everybody. What you got, bitch?
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, it does feel in some respects that there are a fair amount of these guys at this point that are just like, okay, maybe we are getting ourselves something, right? It's something. And I think that's maybe working out for them where they are like, because look, I know all these guys, they want Zach to come back. And it's possible that one day he might. It's possible. I don't necessarily see that happening. I'm not going to make any judgment call right now.
They just want Zach to come back and finish the 5-movie arc.
Sure, but do you think that Warner Brothers has the fucking money? They need to build back up to that shit. Those movies,
the thing,
$300 million,
like,
dude.
Yeah, but the thing also you have to realize is that they're not only doing one DC universe, they're doing the Batman universe, they're doing some Joker stuff, they're doing some like probably another like black label universe.
You got the whole Flash thing that's supposed to connect it all together somehow and fix it and retcon it. Yeah, it's fucking crazy over there.
So the thing is, it's like they're doing like 3 to 4 universes already. Why add another one to that? You know, and also they have
hold on.
Like they have the animation stuff as well. So like,
hold on. Pause. Kaden, no, because they already started with the Batman, then they had the Batman with Robert Pattinson. I don't think like that, like Matt said, it depends on the money because it's like legit at the end of the day, it depends on the money. The universes are already, they've been divided like currently. Like
I know.
Ben Affleck's Batman and then Robert Pattinson's Batman. They don't have any issues with that. It's about the money. And like Matt said,
about the money. But the thing is that people want the Snyderverse to continue while the DC universe is also continuing at the same time. So
but it still can. It still can do that.
But like I said, you have 3 to 4 theatrical universes already going. Why add a 5th one to it?
Because they already started it. And the whole point is to get it finished.
At this point, you've forgotten at this point. So why jump into something else again when you already have 3 to 4?
Here's the thing, though.
Universes going on.
But here's the thing: the Flash hasn't come out yet. Now I know it's pretty much locked, right? And they say
here comes the Ezra. Here comes the Ezra simping.
No, it's not it's not Ezra simping at all.
Is it true? Is it true you're gonna go to court and watch Ezra?
The plan was to do it, but there's things that might prevent us from going. There was a reason why. Yeah. Well, no, because no. It's not anything like that. I don't care to say it. No,
joining the cult.
Shut up. No, it's not a cult.
Are you going to get enlightened, Saggy?
Why are we always flipping this thing? I was just going to say the Flash movie is coming out.
I didn't say nothing.
It's going to pretty much tell us what direction that they were going to go in because things could change. But with James Gunn being there.
I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say.
Good job, Jarbo. You made
No, I'm just saying, like, you're literally gonna go, like, you're gonna travel to Vermont in order to sit there to watch Ezra like appear in
3
court
hours.
over something that's gonna end up resulting in like a $600 fine in some community service.
Well, I was gonna go there to be Enosh because that was my primary objective.
Why is Enosh going?
Why wouldn't Enosh go? Why wouldn't we go?
Because that's going from Michigan to Vermont to go and watch a celebrity that you've never.
I feel like we're talking about something that like wasn't supposed to be made public.
It already was made public.
I heard about it
I
earlier
never heard
tonight.
of this.
So
I never heard about this.
So
just
I heard
now.
about it earlier tonight. So it's like, you
like
know,
I
it was
said.
told to me by a person I figured would have gotten it publicly. So either if it hasn't been talked about publicly,
I've
come
never
on,
heard. I've never.
come
heard
on.
about
Like if
that,
you're going to
so-
go to like, do you not think like the entire courtroom is going to be, this is fucking Vermont for crying
But
out loud.
hold on. But that's why. So there was an article that came out when Ezra's court case was the first trial, when they did it through Skype. There was a reason for that, because a lot of like college students went there in the morning. So it like they did it through that way because it wasn't safe for a celebrity or Ezra to go there with a bunch of people planning on being there. So we're probably not going to go because of that reason as well.
Sorry, it's like, come on, guys. That's just. Are you at least crowdfunding? Are you crowdfunding to go?
No, why? What does it matter? Why are you're always so worried about what we do with our time and money?
Because it's the simping for Ezra. Like that's the thing. That's what it's always. It's like the Ezra did nothing wrong, Ezra a good boy mentality, and it's funny. It's been funny. It's like of all things to go to the courthouse on, it's like the thing that Ezra's the most likely guilty of. You know, it's just, to me, it's funny. That's all. Like, I wouldn't like, all right. Like you live close enough that where it wouldn't be that big of a problem to get to Vermont. I don't think it's not that far away. Right? It's like what, like an hour, 2 hour drive, 3 hour
So
drive?
about James Gunn, anyway, about the Flash movie.
Saggy's
Flash
gonna
movie-
go
Basically,
meet
Saggy's
Ezra.
wrong. It's okay. Caden wins. W for Caden. 1-0. L plus ratio. So
Here's my question. Does Ezra know that you would be coming?
Oh my god.
Because no. Because if Enosh is going to go, Enosh would not go. Enosh
Why
would
are we
not
derailing?
go.
What? I was talking about the Flash movie, and now we're talking about Ezra.
I will get off it in a second here. Let me just finish my thought. There's literally no way Enosh would not go unless he was going to meet Ezra. Like, there's no fucking way he would drive all that way.
Regardless if he's there or not.
But there's a difference. So you're in Boston and his ass is in Michigan. That's a way. If he's flying out there, that's one thing. Come on, it's Vermont. Now I'm Googling the distance. Hold on. Who cares? It's funny.
Are you going?
Maybe.
Now I'm thinking about maybe going.
I could maybe fly out there. We turn it into a party. We gonna screen the Snyder Cut.
When is it happening? Maybe I'll go.
Vermont. He literally just said
It's
Vermont.
January.
No, I know
23rd.
where. I'm saying
January.
when.
I think it's January 6th, guys. It's January.
Oh,
6th.
It is not. Is it really?
No,
January
it's
6th?
not.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's okay. Hold on. I don't know where in
January
Vermont it is,
23rd.
but it would take Enosh 11 hours and 30 minutes one direction to get there,
One
and that would
Unless
require
he
him.
flew.
That would require
So-
him to drive through Canada,
Unless he flew.
unless he flew. Maybe I don't know. What is it?
flew.
We should all just go. Let's just make it a party. Let's all go to a
Yeah,
meetup
hold
at
on. Let's see.
the
Let's see
courthouse.
here.
You know what? Let's all join the Ezra cult. Saggy, do you have invitations to it?
Yeah, Saggy would only take her 3.5 hours to get to the middle of Vermont. I'm making a guess on that just because of everything. But yeah, that's. I mean, come on. I would not drive
Man,
12 hours.
why couldn't this court case be in like Miami or something? Let's go somewhere fun.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Paul just says you just got to reach out to Insta to him and let him know you're there for him. Yeah, I could do
Oh
that.
my
There you
god.
go.
I'm there
There-
for you, Ezra. I'm there for you.
Cooper, HWAD Vermont meetup.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone, we're going to
That
Vermont.
would be fucking hilarious.
Everyone got your HWAD squad shirt? Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Let's go. Meet up at Ezra's court case.
Back to Ezra's ranch. Drinks on them. Clearly, they've now paid the fine for the 3 bottles they stole.
No, okay, so outside the courthouse, I'm just
And
gonna hold up a
guess-
sign saying HWAD sent me here.
Someone has to.
Saggy, if
Oh
you
my-
go, you got to hold up a sign saying HWAD sent me here. Like, I'll pay for your gas. I think.
Saggy.
I think she rage quit the stream.
But the thing
No, she's
is,
still here, and her mic is still turned on. So
I would like to shout out Sean O'Rourke for also getting this this whole.
Oh
thing.
yeah, Sean predicted this like months ago.
months
He said,
ago.
The
yeah.
crazy thing is that I was like, I've been like, I was saying like, oh, Peter Safran, like, and then he was saying James Gunn. I was like, James Gunn, yeah, like maybe, like as like like whatever.
What is this shit? Hold on. You guys,
What?
Just give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, it went away. I'm with you, but I'm on my other monitor. I'm watching Enosh. Enosh just had like a really old school thing of you and him. Just you and him.
Where Matt says, "Sorry, you're wrong." Yeah, that clip. Yeah.
Oh,
we won. We won, which we did for that. Yeah. But anyway, listen, if you guys go meet Ezra, that's cool. I have no problem. I'm just gonna make fun of it. I think it's funny just to go for a court case. Now, if Ezra invited you back to the ranch and you guys got a whole bunch of free weed, that would be dope.
What was he
Zod
right
Rider
about?
was not right, Max.
There has not been a
he's
DC
on
Marvel
Max
crossover.
This is
yet.
Oh my god.
No, Max has a DM. He has a link. I sent it to him beforehand. This is what it was. He was retweeting Zod Rider saying, ha ha ha, and I was called a conspiracy theorist when I said Gunn would be a bridge between Marvel and DC that would eventually facilitate a crossover movie between both brands. No apologies, but
oh my god.
It's like it's not gonna happen.
Okay, first of all, I'm okay with Zod, but that whole tweet right there is just fucking retarded. And Zod was also the person pushing the theory
that Gunn was a spy.
James Gunn was there to destroy.
Right.
He was there to like to help.
He was
destroy.
not right. What?
Apology.
No.
Gunn with Kevin Feige is going to usher in a new era for Marvel and DC.
Oh, Max is joking.
This is what I'm. No, I'm not joking. I think it's possible.
They will never.
How much did you have to drink tonight?
Yeah,
I didn't have anything to drink. It's on
Do you
the
have
work
some
night.
nose candy? Did you have some nose candy?
What's nose candy?
He thinks you're on cocaine.
What's that?
Cocaine. Just a drug. I don't like cocaine. I just like the smell of it.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But no, Max.
That's what I'm gonna. Right. I'm setting up a stream. I contacted my pal Zod Rider. I'm like, "Are you up?" That's my.
Are you serious?
Are you being serious
right now? Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Don't.
I had a lot of fun last night.
He was more right. He was more right than Matt.
Oh don't facilitate the bullshit. Listen, Zod Rider, all things considered, is a very mentally impaired individual.
I'm not being here if you're gonna be like that. But
dude, did you hear him over on Sill stream tonight, man?
No, I did not.
Once again, he just starts saying stuff. He just starts saying stuff because it was Sill and Mikey were actually okay. Zod comes on and it raises.
Superman made a secret cameo.
He turns
Secret
everything
Wars
into like the grassy knoll, doesn't he, Matt? Like he turns everything into like the second shooter on the grassy knoll. Like that's what he does, dude.
Oh my god, we had a whole conversation last night about there being another shooter on the overpass. Actually, but
crazy. But Max's stream last night was really good, even though people were fucking with him. I was watching it, going, "Man, he's making some good points." That's when I knew I was tired, though. Like I'm.
Wait a second. I was making sense until you knew you were tired. Okay.
Well, no. Some of the stuff you said, like the Amanda Waller stuff, that is cohesive. That is connective tissue. I do like that idea.
It's possible,
but they would never let Amanda. Brodan has already said this. Amanda Waller would never have any kind of pull with the Justice League, ever. Batman wouldn't allow it. Batman would not allow it.
This is better. James Gunn getting here is better than any other big executive that's out of touch with creatives.
I agree, and I'm happy for all the DC fans. I really am.
And it doesn't necessarily mean he's in this camp or that camp. It just means he's gonna work with creatives.
Back Snyder, they're friends. They did a movie together.
Well, it's that's open. It doesn't mean it's
But the thing is that he's the creative head of DC and talent relations.
Why'd you say head like that?
Huh?
Why'd you emphasize the word head like that?
I did. Oh, I didn't mean to.
Whoa, it got weird for a second. All right, Cameron, go ahead.
And then Peter Safran is the executive head, where he's like, the business guy. He's like.
I wish I knew more about him.
It's like everyone's getting ahead
about him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try to get an exclusive.
Oh my god!
Super Scooper Zod. I don't know when it's gonna happen.
Max, why?
Max, did you see my rant on Twitter?
Yeah, if
But
you
what's
want,
what's so crazy about it? They got Alan Horn from Disney,
dude,
and now they
like,
got James Gunn.
Like,
If it's gonna even
like, come on,
contracts?
you're facilitating. Look, you're literally like egging a person on who will immediately backwalk if it doesn't happen or gets called out long. Like,
I'm not saying it's gonna
Saggy
happen.
left, but no, but like Zod.
Possible.
Look, man, Zod.
But
Yeah,
you
fine, but
saying
more
Zod
possible
was
than ever.
right.
More possible than ever.
it's not though. It's not though.
It's not.
Like, again, okay, here's the thing I want you to ask yourself.
Well-
How would Marvel benefit from that? Why would Marvel need to do that? Marvel working with Sony makes sense because of Spider-Man, because they want Spider-Man. Spider-Man's big name.
I don't think like a huge crossover, but it maybe in Secret Wars they have Superman show up just like they did in the comics. A secret cameo of Superman.
Like, why
that would ruin what they've been building towards.
Hold on. Like, listen, if it was a cartoon, maybe, but like, you really expect all these actors and executives to get along to make a movie happen?
The licensing alone would take.
And also,
this is the only way it would happen.
Also, the thing is,
Gunn said he wants it to happen.
But
it's not
but
like
the other question is like, there's
he didn't.
So much
like,
business decisions that have to go into thought in this. Like, who's distributing it? Who's like, how is the split gonna go?
Yeah, how do you split the revenue?
How do you
Or
split
the
the revenue? How do you
merchandising?
split? And after the movie releases and goes to streaming and DVD, how do you split all those things? Like, where does it go for streaming? For like,
Listen,
like that's
You know what?
Like,
you know what?
that's
You
a-
guys are kind of
none
killing Max's vibe. If,
Right.
Max,
I'm
you do what
definitely-
you
No,
want to
but
do,
these-
Max.
But these are like factual questions
yes.
that need to be answered.
Like, for example,
people
if
are like, oh, there needs to be
Not-
a little DC
those
crossover.
questions
but
don't have to be answered
yes,
for
they
Max
do.
to go have a good stream.
well, here's the thing with that, right? Because if the question ever comes up, well, they did it in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because that is Warner
Well,
Brothers.
it's not
and
like he hasn't
Disney.
talked about it either. Like,
But the
hinted that
thing
he-
is, though, asking questions like, "Do you want?" He's like, "Oh, I jokingly said I pitched an idea."
Yeah.
That is not anything serious. The Rock, when someone asked The Rock
how
about
do you know
it,
the context was joking?
because
he said it.
He said it. He would never actually go, yeah, you know, like when I was after I was fired by Disney publicly.
Actually, you know what? You
and-
know what? Degrassi makes a good point. The only Marvel versus DC we're going to get is in Fortnite.
That is
Which
true.
is true.
You know,
you
that
can
is
fight
true.
Spider-Man as
You can-
Superman.
Yeah, you can fight.
Don't let
Spider-Man.
anybody crush.
But
your
see,
dreams.
Spider-Man Gaming here says they had
I don't-
crossovers
not saying-
multiple times in the comics. Movies are not comics.
yeah,
I'm
movies
All
sorry.
of you are
Comics
so
are-
very disappointing that you can't even expand your minds. Did I say it was
No,
definitely going to happen?
but-
No, but you're
No,
bringing
but,
on
like-
somebody who is like, you're like, Zod Rider was right. And you told me like you owe him an apology. And you're like, I want to work with Zod Rider. I want to get him on a stream and talk about him.
Yeah.
You're hyping it up. It's something that will never, ever, 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 ever happen. It's not
Ever
even a
happen.
question. It's so much. Okay. And again, if the Who Framed Roger Rabbit argument pops up, do you know the deal that they had to come up with?
Fine.
Hold on. Do you know the deal they had to come up with is both Warner Brothers? Like, okay,
Because
no.
our gut buzzing.
Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse had to share equal amount of time on the screen.
What was the Spielberg movie, guys? With all the
Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No, the Spielberg movie. The
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. How
just
the fuck
licensed-
they did that? I
they
don't know how
licensed-
did
they
that.
licensed-
singular characters.
And also, by the way, the vast majority of characters you saw in that movie were all Warner Brothers owned IPs.
Yeah,
Oh, and Microsoft.
So-
a lot of
And Microsoft,
did, yeah.
Halo was Microsoft, but they did work with like Iron Giant was Warner Brothers, and a lot of those things were Warner Brothers.
And also,
Is that a
like,
good
the
movie?
Sony
Not
thing.
to change the subject, but should I
But Ready
watch
Player
that?
One, I loved it.
I
fucking
loved Ready
loved
Player
it.
One. I'm talking about Iron Giant. I ain't never seen.
Oh
the
yeah,
movie.
Iron Giant's great.
And
You're
everybody
gonna
says
cry
it's
your
really
ass off at
good.
the end. Yeah, you're gonna
Oh.
fucking cry.
I'm gonna cry over a fucking robot.
Dude, Brad Bird directed that movie, man. Fucking Incredibles, Brad Bird.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've always wanted to watch it, and I have it, and I just didn't know if I should watch it. Or
Vin
not.
Diesel's first acting role that, like, is public.
IP crossover has been consistently making money these recent years. It's
But the
possible.
thing is, no, like, but
Was there
IP
any
cross-
Marvel
like,
characters in Ready Player One?
there isn't. No.
Marvel characters. No, I don't think I
No.
saw any
But
Marvel
the, but the
characters.
thing is that, like, but you're like the things like the crossovers that we've seen, they're smaller, ideas.
there
like
was some
there-
Hasbro in there. I saw
like
some
there-
Hasbro characters.
There was like
but I don't-
3 or 4 characters, maybe.
Oh, wait a
popping
minute.
up in things.
Degrassi dropped something. He's saying that DC and Marvel are going to be co-publishing DC versus Marvel Fortnite comic book miniseries.
But then again, we're talking about movies.
Yeah, comics are different, but like that is
Yeah.
interesting if they're going to work on that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
that's
cool.
fine. Whatever.
Even if it wasn't live action, if it was an animated movie and they somehow pulled it off, I still think Max would be happy with
If it's an anime movie,
I'm not going to be disappointed if it doesn't happen. I'm just saying there's something to it. It's possible, and this was Feige's right hand man. There's a lot to be happy about. Like the possibilities are endless. Don't box yourself in. Well, what's not possible? This isn't possible. Like, wow. God.
It will be possible in infinity years.
No, look what they've accomplished with the MCU and Spider-Man No Way Home, and it's all possible if they want it to happen.
No, but when you brought up a bad example.
If James Gunn and Feige don't want it to happen, if they wanted to actually do it, you don't think they're going to consider it with all this money that could be made? They'll figure out
what money would be made for Marvel. What would they benefit off of it? They wouldn't.
Because
Secret Wars will be like, well, Secret Wars has everything, even Superman.
No, it
that would be so stupid.
No, it wouldn't.
That would be like if I said, "Hey guys, Secret Wars has Godzilla." It's like, why? Why
do we need why?
Like, why do we need Godzilla?
I don't say
Godzilla was in
I don't
Ready
say
Player
they
One.
need it, but
You have a better shot at the Na'vi from Avatar popping up in Secret Wars than you do fucking Batman or Superman.
Oh my god!
You know, like I'm just saying,
it's
like
more likely Mickey Mouse himself shows up in Secret Wars.
Mickey Mouse shows up with the fucking AK and just starts gunning bitches down.
Wow,
It's
Max,
just-
you're really calling your stream that? I just got your notification. That's great. That's a great.
Bring it up. I want to see it.
Bring it up.
Well,
James
I'm still
Gunn's
working on the
usher in
thumbnail.
MCU and DC crossover Secret Wars.
I don't know.
That's awesome. Last night he was last night. Look, Max brought back the fucking turkey last night.
I'm
okay?
still working on the thumbnail. There's Grace Randolph's Meltdown, Avengers Secret Wars. It's all possible.
Oh my god,
Max.
you are literally
legit about to throw
furthering
my
facilitating delusions.
Matt, just be
of the
happy
guy
you're
from the
not in
couch.
Did I tell anyone to believe it? I was gonna
Put me
Matt
in the thumbnail. I don't put me in the fucking thumbnail.
I think I have you somewhere.
Fine, put me weird Bernie Sanders haired Matt. Put me in the fucking thumbnail. I don't give a shit. You know what it's gonna do? It's gonna bring people over here, and they're gonna be like, "Man, Jarbo was right."
Use the Reface app and put Matt's face on Kevin Feige's head. There you go.
No, I'd rather Feige.
I wish I had that kind of money.
God,
to be
he
fair.
looks so young.
Oh,
in
you
that
should
picture.
put my meme there on the thumbnail.
What meme?
The meme I posted with
Max
with
is a
James
turkey.
Gunn.
Hey, Spherical Man, I'm not a turkey.
Yes, you are.
I love that you brought back the turkey last night.
You're all the same people that said Cavill's never coming back a year ago when I was on HWAD. All you in the chat, it's never going to happen. I'm not telling you it's going to. I'm saying it could.
This is the
but
most
again,
hilarious thing I probably ever created.
Listen. I will watch that stream and be entertained. That's all I'll say.
That's fine. I'm not telling anyone.
I'm
not saying
I will watch it
sincere.
and be entertained.
Last night's stream, I was thoroughly into. I'm being sincere. I loved last night's stream when he was talking
I was
about
being passionate.
the
I'm
turkey
getting
and stuff.
frustrated.
You're big passionate.
Like you could talk about MCU, but you can't. You go to see a DC movie, and then everyone shuts you down when you're thinking about the possibilities. Well, there's no money, so shut up. That's stupid.
Well, no, the whole thing with no money, what that means is not, it means they have to be limited in scope, but it doesn't mean they have to necessarily limit their ideas. They have to think smart, not hard. You know what I mean? You could have done better with this meme.
I know. I was at work doing. I did this at work.
I literally
so I had to do it quickly.
I made this on my phone.
I couldn't do anything.
You will kneel before the king, you motherfuckers.
I had legit 15 minutes of time just to sit on my computer, do something really quick, and I did this really quick. Like it was a quick job. I'm sure I can do better with other things next time. But this was quick.
You're the obsessed one. Saying
I'm
it's dead.
obsessed.
Yeah. This doesn't mean either thing.
Gunn,
it doesn't,
but
we don't
Gunn
know.
and Saffron are more obsessed because they're smiling.
All right, okay, hold on. Let's put it to the chat here. There's 155 of you guys in here. Press 1 if you think that a Marvel DC crossover could happen. Press 2 if you think that it's a turkey.
It wasn't just a turkey.
Okay, there we go.
It was Crisis, whatever you call it.
Do you want me to send you a better PNG of my head?
I would love more better PNGs of your head. That'll make
you
it
got a
easier
couple of ones in there. There's some ones in there. There's a lot of ones in there. Oh shit!
No, I'm seeing more twos than I'm seeing.
I'm seeing a lot of ones.
Ralph's double tits. Listen,
someone put a 4.
Someone put a 69. So I mean, 3.
What the
4.
fuck, you guys? Okay, come on. The ones are trolling. Kavari, I know you're trolling, dude.
No,
Mo
Kavari doesn't like Zack Snyder. He doesn't mean
definitely trolling.
Mo doesn't is not a fan of Zack Snyder. It doesn't mean that he doesn't think it can, it can
No,
be across
Mo is
the
a
Marvel
troll. Max, jeez.
Mo is a troll. Rational is a troll. There's a lot of trolls.
Max
you know,
doesn't pay attention to what Mo does.
It's 4.
I don't know. It doesn't
23.
matter.
Wow,
69 and kick Max off.
double tits. I thought we were friends. And kick me off. Ralph's double tits. Wow.
There you go.
420.
69 and kick Max off. You know. Well, I mean, look, I don't know if Max. I haven't watched the Grace Randolph yet. We're going to kind of.
I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna do something with that.
You're gonna do something with that? Oh, do you need to be alone for that, Max?
He's become a horrible person. I'm sorry.
It's really bad. Grace she is so salty. I watched part.
Oh,
of it.
dude, salt. Yeah, she's butthurt.
Literally, I watched the first 4 minutes.
She says
it got so bad I wanted to turn it off.
Her last 3 or 4 videos have been horrible.
Oh, here's.
Oh,
Benson.
we watched the one last night. Yeah, Benson, $5. Thanks, buddy.
I'm bringing in
Knob
Pat
Rider,
money.
lack of integrity, Enosh, Sil,
you,
Max,
Benson.
midlife crisis, Sil,
I like
Nicotina. I think you said Sil twice. I'm
Max
laughing
life
at.
crisis.
Well, finally admitted Snyder versus Dead. I mean,
Wait, is that his new name for Max? Max midlife crisis.
I kind of dig it. To be fair, I do. I kind of dig it. I think it's
Kisses,
funny.
Benson's, I love you. This is the only time Benson super chats is when he's dogging on other people.
Well, no, Benson will sponsor parts of streams to watch like videos taking down Steven Seagal. So
okay.
he did that the other night, and then he offered me another one like coming up soon. So, you know, you can sponsor parts of the stream. I am completely pro-capitalist. Rational asking, Max, why are you giving validity to Zod Rider? That's the question.
Yeah,
because he deserves it. He was the one that.
No, he doesn't. Oh my god.
They want
legit.
He's
no. That whole clown table deserves nothing.
Salty.
He was more right than you, Scooby Doo crew.
What? No, okay. You know what?
The Ta-Nehisi Coates.
No,
I'll be right back.
Superman is gonna happen.
You know what? On July 19th, 2022,
Emmerich just decided to leave. He still has all the power.
Hold on, July 19th, 2022. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the creative board for DC Studios. The Rock, Peter Safran, James Gunn. Guess what? Those are exactly who are in charge of DC Studios right now.
Except for The Rock.
Except for The Rock, but he's still creatively involved on some parts. So me and Sean saw this before Sil and Mikey were able to, and apparently Sil said he got the text that it was Gunn 30 minutes ago before the spaces or before it came out or whatever.
Well, if that's accurate, he got like 10 minutes, he said on the stream then.
Oh, whatever. I don't care. Because they were wrong because they said Deborah Snyder was going to be the DC head. And then they try to say James Gunn isn't going to change anything, and they said a bunch of bullshit, and those fuckers need to shut the fuck up.
No, they don't.
Look,
yes, they do.
Who cares?
Listen, this
you
is
like
a huge
Super
scoop.
Stew.
This is a huge scoop, and nobody had it. Nobody.
Yeah, no one really did.
Even Grace came on yesterday and teased that there was some big news for DC. Then later on, she said, "Oh, never mind. It's just Henry Cavill saying he's back." Like she's butthurt, bro. But nobody. If these scoop a story this fucking big, if any of these scoopers had even a tenth of what they claim they have, somebody would have had this scoop.
Well,
Nobody saw
the
this
thing
coming.
is that report last week, people should have, if they were experts, they should have, because I reread on the stream earlier, we reread that article from last week, and it said pitch to secret thing. Him and both of them were in there pitching stuff.
Yeah,
and a secret movie.
Max,
I know, but we should have wait a second. They're going to do a secret. That's pretty. They're pitching all kinds of stuff. there's a lot of smoke around that. No one.
I'm
even
really
suggested
happy it happened, but nobody saw this coming. Nobody, not even the big
Yeah,
time.
no, some people did see it coming.
No, Sean
Crosby,
Sean O'Rourke, and Brodana, the only two, and Fade. Those are
There are
only
other people
three
that
I
I've
know.
seen mention it as well, but it's like, but it's again, it's
But
just
no
a
one claimed
suggestion.
it
No
as,
one said
like, a
taking over the
scoop.
studio is
Yeah.
taking on the project. There's a complete difference there.
Yeah, no one really saw it as like a no one.
Yeah.
No, nobody.
took it as a
Well,
scoop
no.
or anything.
Well, Sean O'Rourke has been saying it for a while, and Brodin swore up and down it was going to happen. Like he's been saying it for like 3 months.
Well, congrats,
But
Brodin.
I thought he was.
I mean,
But I thought he was.
I haven't
full of
watched
shit.
his channel, so I don't.
I really thought he was full of shit. Did you really think did anybody think James Gunn was taking over DC? Like really?
No.
I didn't think he was going to take over DC.
I thought it was
but
a
like I said,
possibility, but I just didn't. I thought there's lots of possibilities.
There's a lot. I didn't
one of
see it
many
coming.
possibilities.
And that
think he was
one
the
dude, they
front
gave
runner.
him the job, and then he was like, "Yeah, never mind, I don't want it." What was his name? The Asian guy.
Dan Lin.
Dan Lin.
Yeah,
Well,
he
Dan
was like,
Lin,
"I
they
don't
couldn't.
want
They,
No, he didn't get the job, but he was
They-
really in contention.
yeah, there was something about like his production company. He didn't want to divest from
he
it.
would have had to have carried over. He would have had to give it to somebody else.
This was my tweet on July 19th.
So, I'm sorry, Caden, but Sean O'Rourke called James
I
Gunn
know.
back in April.
I know, but I'm just saying that I called Peter Safran back in before July, honestly.
Yeah, that
'cause
guy's name wasn't getting tossed around by anybody.
Okay, good job, Caden.
So that's a bigger W than Sil and Mikey have ever gotten.
Oh, Caden dropping the bombs, right?
Yeah.
Dropping the bombs. That's right, folks. You know what that means.
Just slay queen, slay.
That's right. And of course, the ultimate drop.
I knew it was coming.
I can't stay mad at her when she does that.
I love how-
That's like the most cringe shit she's ever done.
It
man.
truly is, but it's so fucking funny.
Oh my god!
Just the howling grace.
That
It's just-
and the
well, we are gonna like we it's we've been on for 2 hours now. We do got to get in to the Grace Randolph bit.
I'm leaving. I got to stay fresh.
Yeah,
All right.
stay fresh. Go support nonsense.
Oh, thank you, Benson's. I'll see you on my channel. I know you. I don't want to steal Benson's from you. Okay. I'm good.
Talk about toys. He'll be over there in a second. There you go.
Max Life Crisis. Max Life Crisis.
That could be a fun little Saturday night after show.
That could
right
that
to
could
the
be
max, followed by Max's midlife crisis.
If you want to check out my Max Life Crisis, I'm going to go live at 2 probably. See you later.
2:00. Don't you have work?
Yes. I'm going to get you, Benson's. Don't worry. I'm
How
getting
much?
you back.
Oh my God!
I'll
Max.
watch it, Max. I
Kisses.
swear, Maxie, I'll watch it.
Go get Zodrider on there, and then just ask
Well, you
him
didn't
like,
respond. You didn't
just okay. I was gonna say like,
saw
ask.
you
I could
come in there.
give you very specific
There's
questions.
not a lot of trust.
On Brian's
Just
stream
Just start
earlier,
asking him questions that someone would ask Kanye and just see what he says.
We
Oh,
were
come
live
on, he's
Brian's
not
stream
Kanye.
earlier, and I was talking
He's
about.
not Kanye.
That's funny to me. That's crazy that he's.
Oh, by the way, fun fact: Kanye is now not a billionaire. He lost that
Yeah.
status. So
Like, me and my cousin on the way back home from work, he was
All right,
like,
bye.
"We're expecting
All right,
like,
go to bed."
he's gonna be broke in like 2 or 3 years from now." Like
What was he thinking, man? Like that. Look, there are some things you just.
he
can't
wasn't.
fucking-
That's what it was.
There are
He
some
wasn't
things you
thinking.
just can't fucking talk about, man. Okay, and
He wasn't
Jewish
thinking.
stuff is one of them. Like you just can't.
No.
Like
And-
I don't get it. I don't know why people bring that shit up. You can't bring it up.
it's just don't say it. Like
just don't
Don't bring
fucking
up the
say it.
Jewish people.
like just don't say it. Yeah, at that point you're just
and
like,
and then also Antonio Brown is still the president of Donda Sports after this. So I'm
Like
not
as
surprised
crazy
about
as
that, though.
Kanye is, and as much the crazy fucking ludicrous shit he said, I always thought to myself, well, at least he didn't go Mel Gibson. At least he didn't do the dude, and then he does it.
Oh my god. I'm like, dude.
All right, the Grace video.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh my god.
Oh
is gonna
my
be-
god.
All right, guys. This
Go
I
ahead
don't
and
know
start.
how
I'll
bad
be
this
right
is.
back.
All right. RJ has seen a few minutes of it. He knows how bad this can be.
It gets really bad. It
Hold
gets
on,
really bad.
Snyder.
The fuck?
Old photo Enosh. For 5, thank you. I want to see the meltdown from the fraudulent toy salesman when Gunn ends up keeping Ezra as a Flash. Oh, we have the super chat battle between Benson and the anti-Benson.
Who is this guy? Because Enosh is live right now ranting and raving. He's throwing his hands up in the air.
About what?
Oh, because he's saying that people saying James Gunn's a pedo are stupid or whatever.
Oh.
I'm just saying, who is this person? Who are you, Snyder Fett? Who are you?
We know who he is. I mean,
so I posted who I think it is in the private chat. That's who I think it is.
Why am I getting notifications from? Never mind. Okay.
I don't know, but anyway, guys, let us dive in. We're gonna be laughing at a video. There's gonna be a war taking place in the chat. So all right, let's start. This is a 15-minute video. I don't think we're gonna get to the whole thing, but let's see.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Warner Brothers is just gonna keep on Warner Brothering, no matter who's in charge over there. You would think the leadership hadn't changed at all based on this latest development. So yes, DC shocker indeed. And also one has to wonder, what would have happened if Black Adam had opened bigger? I'm sure Dwayne Johnson is sitting there wondering that right now. Did he get blindsided? I'm curious. Warner Brothers Discovery, or Warner Brothers, in fact, has a very long history of doing that. But this is...
Oh my God.
This is crazy. It's crazy to see such a huge decision, which, by the way, is an epic win for James Gunn. You have to tip your hat to him. It's like, talk about rising like a phoenix from the ashes. This is incredible for him. And mostly for James Gunn. This is a great day for James Gunn. Not so great for everybody else. Well, probably Henry Cavill. I think Henry Cavill, who, by the way, has zero loyalty. I'm sure he's probably calling James Gunn already. But yeah, so James Gunn's having a...
Okay, hold on here. Listen. What? That's
Zero
some
loyalty?
shade at Henry, man.
He's always shading people.
I mean, listen, Henry, I think Henry is relatively loyal. I think he's loyal to him, to his agent, to Danny Garcia.
Yeah, well, Grace is trying to
look at where Matt froze her face.
She's like, the Adderall just kicked in.
No, but Grace is trying to paint Cavill as this guy who just wants to work, who will do anything to get the one up in his career.
Wait, you mean actors don't want to work?
Apparently Henry wants to be on top, so who do anything to be on top?
He doesn't
listen. If Henry wanted to get on top of me, I'd allow it. You know what I'm saying?
He has had so many offers, guys, to do so many different things. I think he's career driven, but I don't think he's cutthroat career driven. I've got to be the next Brad Pitt. I've got to be the next Dwayne Johnson. I've got to be the next Robert De Niro. I don't think he's thinking of iconic legacy. I think he just wants to work, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's just strung out. Look, that she just took a key bump right there.
Command unit here for 6 shekels. The Jews, though, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Well, command unit is from Israel, so because hence the shekels.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume it's one of those things.
It really was shekels. I thought you were fucking around.
No, I'm not fucking around. It's shekels.
No shit.
It's the only person I say that about is because it's literally that's the currency.
Shit. He just sent you shekels, motherfucker. That is cool as shit.
Dude, the internet has very odd terminology for the term shekels. So let us not do that. Although Ralph here is asking how many lines does she do before this video? Based upon how it started, quite a few.
Yeah, so, I think she did 1,000 lines, honestly.
I used to adore Grace. I used to adore this girl.
Yes.
But now I can't stand her.
But look at her hair in this video too.
I swear to God, guys, I don't know if you've been doing this as long as me and Matt have, but there was a time when this woman was a real journalist. She wasn't some scooper trash like she is now. There was a time when this woman was a real journalist and she was good at her fucking job. Go watch early Movie Math. Go watch early Beyond the Trailer. This girl was good at what she did. and she didn't get involved in all this scooper shit. And now look at her. She's just another one of the fucking grifters, man. It makes me sick.
What sucks though about that is like her content where she's doing like the breakdowns of like shows and everything. I think those are usually really good.
Yeah.
You know, her trailer breakdowns are, I don't like her trailer reactions because I don't like trailer reactions, but
Not
I like
even from Subs. That came out wrong.
God, that kid's got a punchable face. You know, and no, but it's just, I feel like he's but so her content, she does the research, like she knows her shit. But here it's like, this is an ego thing. This is absolutely an ego thing because she's just getting wrecked.
Yeah. But also, like, everyone knows that James Gunn hates Grace Randolph with a passion.
Yeah. I now have to keep this image completely locked and loaded at all times.
Yeah.
Because this was only.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That means Grace most likely won't get screeners for DC anymore.
No, she probably will. Because that's all handled through the marketing department. That's all handled through the marketing department.
And she's a big deal when it comes to like the circle of scoopers and everything that we do, this nerd stuff. She's like head of the table, man. You know,
she's got 943,000 subscribers on YouTube. And her videos, like, I mean, for the size of her channel, doesn't pull in as many views as you would think, but
yeah, I mean, also, but I think I didn't just not realize, but I realized earlier when this happened, was, you know, that Gunn, any scoop about DC, like legit any scoop about DC can be debunked by Gunn on Twitter.
And that's what I'm hoping. I'm absolutely fucking hoping.
Every single time something happens, he's
oh my God.
And he needs to. He absolutely needs to do it.
I can't wait.
Would Grace be considered a lolcow? She's on her way to becoming a lolcow.
She's teetering.
But there's that. She's teetering on it.
She doesn't get that kind of like she's not like Darkseid Phil or Wings of Redemption to get mainstream covered videos all the time. Like no
okay,
one's
but those are
but the thing is though, if they turned, it'd be like if the guys on Kiwi Farms all turned their attention to going after like Doomcock and Nerdrotic and those guys, they wouldn't be able to handle the heat. They would try it for a while, but they would crumble eventually because it would just be this like constant power dynamic. Like the more that they push back, the more the trolls get invigorated.
And Grace doesn't feed the trolls. She's a block and move on.
She'll block, but she'll complain about it on streams and stuff. And like she still sees it. Make no mistake.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sure
she
she sees it. Absolutely.
And that does have a pull on a person's mental health. That actually does. So there's that. But let's keep going because we're only a minute in.
A great day. His Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special trailer came out earlier. Wow, just goes to show you, never give up. And also have a longtime friend like Peter Safran. So anyway, and this helps Peter Safran too. So Safran's not like running a charity or anything. But this is clearly not what's best for DC in terms of leveling up to the MCU. I don't think that will ever happen now, at least not in the next 10 years or so. Because I think you're going to have another round of maybe damage done to the brand. I mean, we'll see.
What?
Okay. Well,
she's opening this up real quick. I have
an even better one. This is when Xanax kicks in.
So her main thesis statement is that this is not good for the DC brand because it means that they will never be on the same level as Marvel and that they could damage it even further. That's her thesis statement.
Okay.
Well, not only that, when she said that she doesn't think this is what DC should do, she acts like she's one of the the shareholders and shit. You know?
Here's the thing, though. Maybe DC's trying to be the alternative, not the competitor. Ever thought about that?
This makes them the competitor because they're literally copying and pasting the business model.
No. What I'm saying is that they want to be an alternative in terms of like they
want
to try
their
to be different.
Feige, and they're trying to turn James Gunn into it.
No. I understand the structure. What I'm talking about is they want to offer something that's different from the product that Marvel offers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. And nobody's catching up with Marvel. Marvel has passed Star Wars. Star Wars had a 45-year head start. And Marvel passed fucking Star Wars, man. Nothing's catching Marvel. Nothing.
Oh, well, but also the thing is that we have Gunn comes from Marvel, and we all know how Marvel does it at Comic-Con, D23, and all that stuff. Like they come up on the top, like at every event they go to. So Gunn, with experience of that, can use that knowledge and use his relationship with Feige and say, can I have some pointers on doing this? And I'm sure he's been asking Feige pointers his whole time at Marvel on how to, like, be such an outreach, you know? Even though Gunn has been such an outreach to fans for a while, that how can you even reach out to more people? And he's done that. So this whole thing that DC is going to fail even more now is bullshit, because, like, no. Honestly, DC and Marvel will finally be, like, on the... At least DC will at least be heading towards the same level as Marvel without worrying about being on the decline. Like, without worrying about the next day, oh no, DC's failing and Marvel's passing them, like, exponentially, where to the point where DC can never catch up. No. Like, now we're in a place where, okay, there's actually a possibility where DC can finally catch up and be where
Marvel's
Marvel's
they don't
at.
even need to catch up. Just do your
They
own
don't need,
thing and be
don't
successful
need
at
to catch.
it.
But
Just do your own thing
yeah,
and be competitive.
just
That's it.
yeah.
You know,
And-
Matt's right about that. This is the competition now. This is
And
competition.
so yeah, like this whole this whole idea that James Gunn, Peter Safran doing whatever. No, like Gunn knows what the fuck to do.
Look at Grace's face.
That face is really weird.
So I do agree that, like, Gunn and Safran are clearly they're gonna set an agenda, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna set an agenda. They're gonna set a plan. They probably want to include, ground level heroes as well as, like, the Earth Defenders and whatnot. And I think they're gonna have some solid good ideas for this. And I heard, like, Syl and Mikey talking, and they're like, oh, well, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi and Zaslav are going to be the checkers on this stuff. And it's like, well, no. Abdi and DeLuca aren't.
No,
they're not.
It would only be Zaslav.
It's
directly.
Zaslav, and Zaslav is not a movie guy. He likes movies, but he's not a movie guy. You know what I mean?
Zaslav's more so going to be the guy to be like, how much money do you want to spend?
Why are
How
we
much
calling
do
him Zaslav? Isn't he called Zazzy now?
Zazzy.
He's
I
the
know.
new Zaddy.
I think that Zaslav only wants to know how much money is this going to cost.
That's it. You
Yeah.
nailed it, man. How much does it cost? How much are we making?
And the conversations of the money will be through Safran.
Yeah, and can
Safran
you
and
motherfuckers
Zaslav
pull
will
it
be
off while
talking
I go over
money.
here and do my discovery thing?
And like
Right.
and like I said, a lot of it is very much, it's going to be lower, like, mid-budget movies that are going to, have relatively new characters, similar to Black Adam, but just a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And they're going to be very character driven, whereas Black Adam is spectacle driven. And I think, again, if you look at the success of Joker, I think James Gunn and Safran could recreate that success and start from there, where you have a character driven mid-budget movie that is captivating and audiences can respond to. And I think that might be where they go, versus if you're talking about the alternative would then be not spectacle, because Marvel has spectacle. The alternative would then be deeper character studies.
I mean,
And if these are meant to be modern myths based upon Greek mythology and things along those lines, where those are oftentimes centered around, good versus evil, they could find a way to maybe.
I think you need to mix in spectacle, because
I
people
enjoy the spectacle, guys. I really do. But when I watch things like from Marvel or like DC, my favorite stuff is always the character-driven dialogue. One of my favorite scenes ever in any Marvel a movie is when they're having that party at Stark Tower right before Ultron fucks everything up, and they're trying to lift the hammer, and they're talking at the bar, and they're telling the War Machine story, and that great cameo with Stan Lee. I love shit like that. I could watch a whole movie just based on that. I could watch a whole TV show just based on those two scout troopers.
And that's
that
Joss
were beating
Whedon.
up Baby Yoda.
Yeah, and that's Joss Whedon with the good dialogue, and James Gunn can also write good dialogue.
Exactly.
Right.
So
what I was going to say, though, I'm sorry, Kate.
Well, also, like, if James Gunn and Peter Safran produce, like, one of, like, the most recent, like, Superman takes on, like, horror take on a Superman, Brightburn, which was $6 to $12 million in budget and made like $40 million. Like, they can do this. They can do low budget type stuff. That's very like.
Look at the Belko Experiment.
Yeah, the Belko
Another
Experiment,
James Gunn written movie that was a $5 million budget. I don't remember what the Belko Experiment made. I saw it in theaters though when it came out, and I really liked it. Actually, I found it recently at the Dollar Tree for $1 on Blu-ray. I was like, "Yep, you're coming home with me."
Yeah, and
So-
Super was 2 billion. So
The
like,
Balco Experiment. What's it about? It sounds good.
The Belko Experiment. Okay, so the long and short of the Belko Experiment is it's there's an office building in like South America somewhere in there, and it's got a whole bunch of people imported in from America. So it's just like this company, and they end up shutting all the doors, all the windows, and telling people basically, "Hey, you got to kill each other," and the last person who survives gets to stay alive. And so it's a battle royale. It's a battle royale. No, but it's like the people who are like, we don't want to kill anybody. They implanted quote unquote trackers in the stem of everyone's necks. So in case they get kidnapped because they're in a South American country, but they're really explosives. And so like each interval is like, okay, so there's 124 of you. Half of you need to be dead in the next 4 hours.
Yeah,
So it's just,
I
and
would
it's just,
watch something like
it's
that.
a steady ramp up, and it's got like, it's got a good, it's, you know, it's a very low budget movie, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'd watch it.
Just
I'd
to go
watch
back
it
to that
sometime.
comment about the spectacle, I agree, Matt, with you for the most part, but I do think they need to sprinkle in some spectacle because, like, with theatrical experiences, like they want to create these experiences on the big screen that people are
Sure.
going to pay
What
for.
I mean by that,
you have
what-
to make a spectacle in some regard. You
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actually have some
But
built up to
what I
climax.
mean is like
Superhero
action will
movie,
be
of
there,
course.
but I mean it's
Yeah.
like, look at like, you know, like how many action scenes there were. Well, you haven't seen Black Adam yet, but there are a number of action scenes in Black Adam. You take maybe 1, 2 of those, throw it in at the right time after building up to it. And I think that's where you're going to get it. Like even Suicide Squad saved the vast majority of its spectacle for the last act with Starro. Other than that, like it was very contained. Like the Harley Quinn action scene, that was like 3 hallways.
yeah,
You
I
know,
mean,
like
Starro, the character itself, and that whole arc of Starro is a character study, like on the U.S. government and the government and the world, international government, and how they treat. It's the same exact thing of what Snyder did in Man of Steel and BVS, what he was trying to do and say.
Netflix did it with Daredevil.
And like that, like if an alien came and governments discovered an alien, what would they do with it? They would do what they did with Starro. And then you look at the flip side. What if a family found an alien? What would they do? They'll raise it, and it'll become Superman. So, like, James Gunn can definitely do an emotional, grounded story.
Oh, fuck yes, he can. Come on, man. Guardians of the
And
Galaxy.
so, like, people saying that no Superman. I honestly would like to see James Gunn write a Superman movie. To be completely honest, like, because he can do
I
it.
think that would be very interesting to see. But let us real quick here. I know Benson. Hold on, I sent $5. It says Snyder Rational Fet. I'm laughing at you as I gaze out the window, looking at my 2 cars and a lovely bank account as you masturbate over the nonce. So you guys are
And,
definitely
I
fighting
mean,
back and forth on that one.
Well, yeah, it took Benson's quite some time to do that. I bet it took him to switch accounts and come back.
I don't know but if they want to fight and keep paying me, I'm not against it, to be honest. with
Hey,
you.
we've seen.
But to be fair,
Fort-
I did see Benson had this really nice car that did just get like fucked up in an accident,
Ooh.
and like it was his baby, like the car he'd been restoring for years, and it got T-boned. It got T-boned by a guy, and totaled the car. He was okay, which is nice, but the car is fucked up. So it's like, yeah. So I totally get all that shit. Anyway, let us keep going with this because there's a lot more, and it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Not that DC won't be
About to
big.
get
Well, I
really
would
bad,
say
by the way.
mid-size. I think it'll be mid-size. If I were Warner Brothers Discovery, I would cap all Gun Saffron budgets at $100 million. I'd be like, do what you need to do, but not for more than $100 million a movie. And I think they could work with that. I mean, James Gunn comes from a low-budget background. I think that he could do a lot with $100 million. And I certainly think that it will continue to generate lots of chatter, but its appeal will continue to be fractured and limited. This is classic Warner Brothers, as I just said, doing what's best for talent instead of the brand.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I said Peacemaker. Like she says, "Oh, gun only appeals to people on Twitter. Like it's a very small audience." Peacemaker was small.
No, and I guarantee that when they do drop the Peacemaker season 2 trailer, it's going to be huge. It's going to trend, and I guarantee that when that show hits HBO Max, it sets some records.
Announcement of Peacemaker season 2, whatever the casting announcement of the first thing, will be huge. I guarantee it.
Yeah, it's going to be a big deal. That was a huge hit that nobody saw coming. Nobody expected that.
No one really. Like everyone, right when it was announced that Peacemaker would be like John Cena's spin-off from the Suicide Squad movie, everyone was like, "What the heck? Like, why this?" Like, and then everyone, like, majority of people were like, "Oh, this is why. Oh, that's really cool."
The opening scene, bro, like
Yeah.
he's fucking arguing with the janitor. That's hilarious. He get the fuck out of here. There's no superhero called Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was
you're that
definitely a good one.
racist fucking superhero. That's a great scene, dude. It pulls you right in, man.
Yeah, Peacemaker, like it really set the tone, and John Cena gives it his all, and you have to love him for it. But let's keep going.
They gave James Gunn a huge kiss today. They were like, "We love you," and kind of a little bit of a middle finger to DC and everybody else. And Safran, by the way, speaking of a middle finger to a lot of the fans, Safran was in very tight with the old leadership. So, it's like they this is one of them pretty much with Emma.
Okay, fuck me, god damn it, holy fucking shit, Jesus fucking Christ!
Said it. Yeah, she said it.
As a middle finger to the bots online, like what are you talking about?
Well,
like
she's switching up now because now it's like, oh, she has to appeal to the Snyder fans again.
She's like, oh, she's got to. Yeah, they've been roasting her ass so hard, dude. They left her raw. They rode her hard and put her away wet. I mean, literally. It's just like they just beat her up, and she's all like, I just got PTSD from this shit. Yeah, Peter Safran's been around for years.
He used some new line.
Yeah, he knows. Look, there's Kevin Tuchihara right there in the bottom image.
Yeah.
Well, he's been around since Taco Man.
Safran. Why did I say Safran?
I don't know.
Emmerich, Safran, James Wan, Hamada, they're all like buddies. Like, because that picture right there with Hamada, Wan, and Safran. Safran and Hamada produced majority of Wan's Conjuring movies and David Sandberg's Annabelle movies. And Lights Out. Like,
was it Devin or someone in the last stream that I was just in before we came? It might have been Matt that said it. Grace has always been kind of more loyal to that old regime.
Yeah, I mean, like he was, but he's also been again. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of loyalty to Warner Brothers as a company within people who've worked for Warner Brothers. I mean, like, look, there's been Safran has produced a lot of stuff, some of it good, some of it bad. Safran was a producer on James Gunn's PG porn.
Yeah.
PG porn is funny.
It was funny.
There's a lot of stuff he's done here. He did Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
But people forget that, and when they said Charles Roven produced Superman sequel, Charles Roven produced the Scooby-Doo movies for Gunn, and a couple other movies for Gunn as well. So this whole idea where Roven's only a Snyder producer. No, he also produced the Dark Knight trilogy. He's a Nolan, Gunn, Snyder, all of them.
She is passive aggressively throwing shade.
Wait, you're talking Roven or you're talking Safran?
Roven.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The whole the past two DC announcements with the super stuff and Roven and Safran, they're all connected, in their little circle. So
yeah,
it's not one person's not one director producer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they've been around a long time, right? I mean, what is it? Charles Roven produced Uncharted. He's producing Oppenheimer. He did Scoob.
Yeah.
He did Triple Frontier, the Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Charlie
That was
Hunnam.
actually a really well done movie. I don't know why it didn't get bigger. Maybe because it was straight to Netflix.
It went straight to
that was a great movie.
Triple Frontier.
Oh, Triple Frontier.
Yeah, that was a great movie. And Oppenheimer has got a lot of buzz behind it. Like a lot of people are looking forward to that one.
I'm interested in Oppenheimer because I want to see how he handles a nuclear blast, or an atomic blast in IMAX. I got it.
Yeah, Degrassi's right. Safran was James Gunn's manager. He's Brad Pitt's manager. Puff Daddy, J-Lo. Like Safran was a manager for a while.
Todd here. James Gunn will restore order when he directs a Superman sequel. I would not be.
Dude,
not be against.
Twitter's gonna be a shit show. It's
gonna
be a shit show.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. And then you know what? They're all gonna be there day one anyway. So, there's a lot of that though. But I mean, is James Gunn really gonna want to like clean up his image that much? What I mean by that is like, he probably just wants to play in his own little sandbox. But he also can help script doctor a bunch of the stuff.
I mean, he also was a manager of Nicolas Cage, Adam Shackman. I mean,
real quick though, did you hear Nicolas Cage is now finally being looked at by studios again?
Yeah, after Pig.
After Pig, yeah.
And Pig for him was, I mean, it was such an amazing movie, and it was like a guy. It's so fun. It was a fun movie to watch.
I need to watch it. I think it's still on Hulu, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, I need to give it a watch. All right, let's keep going.
Eric Hamada, he was tight with those guys. So we'll see. I think, in fact, DC is exactly the same. They just swapped out Hamada for Safran and Snyder for Gunn.
No.
But Gunn doesn't have the same large appeal that Snyder did when he was.
No, because Zach never had an executive level position.
Yeah, and she's gonna say that right now. He stopped it before but she's literally getting ready to say, like Zach did when he was running DC. She's gonna say that right now. She's gonna claim that Zach. I know, but she's gonna claim it. Watch.
Well, Zach was kind of in charge of the creative side of that.
Yeah,
but there was no corporate structure where he was a full executive.
No, he never had that.
If he really was the head or he was running shit,
that was more of a
he wouldn't have had to fight to get the Snyder Cut made in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would have been all about money, but okay, let's keep going.
Was running DC, so it's like a lower level of Snyder. And we don't know if it's a lower level of Hamada because Hamada never got to really show us what he could do. All right, so this is a 4-year deal. So strap in.
Oh my God.
It's a 4-year deal. So if Zazie does try to sell Warner Brothers in 2024 when he's able to start pitching it around, James Gunn and Peter Safran are now part of that package. Will this increase or decrease Comcast, NBC Universal's interest in Warner Brothers? I feel decrease it because I think they're going to seriously dial down the appeal of the brand. So I don't think DC will be a huge franchise anymore. It'll be like what it is now. It'll open like in the 60s, 70s, in that range. I think with an occasional 100 million opener for sure. And also, we'll talk about Matt Reeves and Todd Phillips in a second.
Is she fucking retarded?
But Comcast needs to decide if they.
This man is now in charge of the holy fucking Trinity. And she's talking about, they'll probably only open at 60. You might get 100 once a year.
Well, she's basically
lost
saying
her fucking mind.
No, she does. She hates James Gunn, but the thing that she's saying is that James Gunn only appeals to a very niche audience. It's not going to be big. DC will never open big again. It's going to operate like a very mid-level.
I don't know. Look, if someone says James Cameron's doing a movie, guys like me and Matt will get excited. Oh, Spielberg's doing something new. Scorsese's doing something new. But nobody goes to see what the fucking director does. They go for the characters. And if she thinks that Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, these kinds of characters aren't going to draw fucking appeal, she's crazy. Just because it's James Gunn?
Just like Kanye, she hasn't taken her meds yet.
No shit. What is she talking about?
Well,
man?
she took some meds, but
Matt, let me ask you, like, seriously, do you think James Gunn only appeals to a niche audience, or do you think he can be very mainstream?
I think the box office for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be a key prime indicator of that.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like, not only that, like, legit, I was asked, like, when the news broke, I was asking people, like, at work, like, do you know who James Gunn is? Like, yeah, he's the Marvel guy that did those Guardian movies, right? I'm like, yeah. And I was like, oh, he got the DC job. He's like, that's really good. That's really cool. Like, I can't wait. like so people at work.
Just
like
the
him.
IP alone that he's in charge of. Like I said,
I mean,
this
yeah.
is a man who
But
knows how to tell stories, man.
Yeah,
He's
and the
a
thing with that,
storyteller.
well, we also have to remember here that Safran will handle the executive stuff, Gunn will handle the creative, but Safran will also be there to help check Gunn in case they start going a bit too big.
Yeah, I think
that's the dichotomy here.
Is that as like Safran is like the money and the direct contact to Zaslav, while James Gunn's the creative and talent guy. He's the guy that will reach out to people who want to direct or write stuff for DC, and also create be like, if he wants himself to do a movie, he can't, type of thing.
Yeah.
She's tripping, nigga. She's triggering me, bro. No joke.
All right, well, let's go on. I want to see how mad he gets.
What about all the other brands that Warner Brothers owns, etc.? But this is a bold and aggressive move to stick a potential new buyer with these creatives. We'll see how fans...
Okay, real quick. They won't even be able to sell until 2024, 2025 anyway. So this is a 4-year deal going to 2026.
Nobody knows if for sure want to anyway.
And also, the thing is, people are like, oh, just 4 years. No, but like that was the same thing with Hamada. It was a 4-year deal, and they renewed. Same thing with Emmerich. Like, I think it's like 4 to 5 year deals that they make. Usually.
She literally just said that because James Gunn is in charge now, it lowers the value of DC.
Oh my god.
She said that when Disney hired him back.
She said that it killed the magic, that Disney would never be the same again. It was no longer a fairly friendly company.
Did he I almost went vulgar. No, while on Matt's channel, I can go vulgar. Did he fuck her and then dog her out or something, and she's just still mad about it?
She's
acts like
mad.
A jealous ex-girlfriend.
She really does. She really does act like that. She's hell hath no fear, like a woman scorned, right? But in this particular case, he's called her out a couple times. Other people have called her out. She hates him like she hates Jessica Chastain. And
I don't know why she's Jessica Chastain.
I still think her and Jessica Chastain fucking know each other. I think they know each other.
I can't explain it, but I would go along. They went to school together, or
something happened. Where
there's this is like a rumor that I'm gonna start. It's total bullshit. But this is my speculation. Grace and Jessica dated while in acting school. Then they broke up, and then Grace failed in her career, and now she hates Jessica.
Something like that. I don't know.
She's thirsty, is what you're saying.
Maybe they were.
I think she secretly is madly in love with Jessica Chastain.
Well, Jessica Chastain did go to Juilliard. Where did
they were both with Juilliard, like I said. So I think yeah.
You know what? There you go.
Okay, then. Well, let's keep going.
What if this? Jessica Chastain and Grace were auditioned for the same role, and Grace thought she killed it, and Jessica got it, and then she's been holding that grudge against it ever since.
I mean, Grace is pretty block happy, so anything could happen. But all right, let's keep going.
How do you feel? Sound off down below. And also other creatives. I think that, James Gunn intentionally casts a very large and specific shadow. So I can see a lot of other named talent being like, it's the James Gunn show. We're going to go and try and find our own show somewhere else. This leadership for the main DC projects. Now, Matt Reeves and Todd Phillips, they're separate. But it's not yet clear who they will report to. Will it also be to Gunn and Safran, or will they report directly to Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, who run Warner?
Is Todd Phillips, as they said in their quote, will direct to DeLuca and Abdi.
Matt Reeves is still a question mark.
Matt Reeves is still a question, as it will be Safran and if it'll be both, or if it will be Zach. It's still a question.
Yeah, because Joker 2 was all to Luke and Abdi. They're the ones who greenlit that project and are overseeing it, so it makes sense. Matt Reeves is still a question mark.
But I think Reeves will go to Safran and Gunn, because if he's doing television and movies, it's going to fall under the same purview. So it just makes sense to not have too many cooks in the kitchen. But this is Hollywood. They always have way too many cooks in the kitchen.
Brothers films overall. But I think Gunn has, if you look at the past things that he's done he and Safran have already worked for DC and Warner Brothers. They've made The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, which definitely had very strong fandoms, but not the size of anything that Marvel puts out. So it's interesting to me that they were somehow able to convince Warner Brothers Discovery that based on the moderate success of those projects, they should give him the whole thing.
Well,
nobody else wanted the job.
Well, that, and also the crazy thing is that people overlooked the line is that it was a DeLuca idea to bring both Safran and Gunn into the office. Well, Safran, and then Safran was like, "Oh, I'm not a creative guy. I need a creative." And Safran was like, "Oh, can I bring James Gunn?" And DeLuca was like, "Yes." And then they met with Zaslav, and then look where we are now. So, look, it was a DeLuca idea to bring Safran and Gunn. So, like, it wasn't like they had to pitch. Safran was begging DeLuca and Zaslav to put it in place. No, it was DeLuca begging Safran and Gunn. So, like, this whole idea where
the whole thing is just, we'll have to wait and see. But like, I mean, there's a lot going on.
We're about
with
to
that.
get to the worst part of the video right now.
Okay.
But again, I think never say never. I mean, Safran did produce Aquaman, although I don't think James Wan will join this party. But you never know. James Wan kind of is similar, cut from the same cloth as these guys.
Okay, real quick. This is my point. We'll keep going. I could see James Wan not coming back because of how they treated Hamada, and him and Hamada are good friends.
Well, also
that's
Wan,
what I'm. That's what I can
Wan
see.
also said that he's not going to do he doesn't do trilogies.
Yeah,
and like he lets another director take on. If there's a third movie, he lets another director take it on. And that was his whole point, that he doesn't want to do a trilogy. If he's not going to do a trilogy, he's going to do at least 3 movies in the Aquaman side of the DC universe, and Trench was going to be one of them.
Yeah,
I don't think he was going to direct that, but I think he was going to be obviously creatively involved.
I can still see him remaining creatively involved in a number of ways.
Yeah.
But I think, again, James Wan has done a lot. He's going to want to go back probably to doing a lot because he likes to shoot in rapid succession. He'll shoot a bunch of movies back to back. And that's always something that I've always appreciated about him, is his work ethic is insane. All right, let's keep going.
So I think there could be a breakout hit here and there, but it's not going to be hit after hit after hit like Marvel has. Although maybe Marvel will continue to have some problems and bring themselves down, and then we'll just all be in a wash in mid, as some of you have been saying. So yeah, it's a taste tonal issue. I just feel that James Gunn is limited.
But let's just keep going.
And Safran, you can see the movies that he's produced for decades now, and I think you have a pretty good idea of what he can do. And there's not a lot of variation with either of these guys. They have a very specific type of product, and so I think you'll get more films like this. You're just gonna get more films like this. And I gotta tell you, and as I've seen many people already saying on social media, and it's just an honest thought, I'm very worried about the future of female characters in DC under this leadership. And female characters in DC have been some of the best to date in the comic book adaptation space. Gunn and Safran are an interesting duo. They are very old school in how they approach women and treat women. Both cast their wives in cameos in almost all of their projects, even post Me Too. You would think that a lot of talent wouldn't do that anymore.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Okay, first,
this was where I was like,
she just flat out called them misogynist.
Yeah. Well, she also brought up Me Too, saying that they still cast their wives. But before we get to the Me Too stuff,
the misogynist stuff, honestly, Gunn, like every movie he does, to me, the highlights are the female characters. Like Zoe Saldana as Gamora is the best thing that has happened.
Not even just her. Nebula is an amazing
Nebula.
character.
Nebula's amazing.
And
yeah,
Palm as Mantis, like all these, like, and then
Ratcatcher.
Like, what the heck is she on? Like,
she's full of shit. This is one of her nuclear bad takes. Like, for real.
And Jennifer Holland as Amelia Harcourt is amazing. Like, what the heck is she on?
This is pure cope, guys. This is cope.
This is.
I'm really afraid of how these women are going to be treated in these movies. They keep bringing in their wives. Like, oh my god,
like
this is not Kevin Tushihara.
Oh my god.
It's not like Kevin Tushihara, who was like, "Hey, give this girl I'm boning apart." It's like, hey, it's like, this is his long-term.
To say this though, right?
Because she's unmarried.
Because of James Gunn's past history, where he wrote that one article about female superheroes I'd love to fuck.
With the Batwoman,
like she was highly offended by that. Like, she
right. Oh, right. I remember that article from like 2010.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back then when the articles are running rampant across the internet.
Remember her Suicide Squad review where she complained about Harley Quinn? And
No,
how
I
she
don't
was
remember.
in that movie. You made a video on it.
I mean, she's literally got Amber Heard down there. That should tell you everything you need to know.
I mean, I've made a lot of videos, RJ. I don't remember all of them, but
basically she complained about how like Harley was used as a sex object and all this and that, and she was disgusted by it.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Look, there's.
Oh my god!
Remember how mad she got when Batman had sex with Batgirl in the animated movie?
Well, that was stupid.
I never saw that response, but I was fine with that sexual encounter
also,
happening.
Like Maria Bacala, who she said after Borat, like Borat 2, like even before Borat 2, before she's like a director that she really wants to work with, based off of all of her peers who are actresses that told her about James Gunn, said that she wants to work with James Gunn.
No, Caden, he's a misogynist.
Oh, sorry guys, I can't say that anymore. Sorry.
He said dirty tweets a long time ago.
He hates women.
My God.
He hates women.
He
just watch how far we go down this rabbit hole, though. Like,
all right. Yeah, this is getting pretty crazy. So we'll just kind of run in long clips until we get to a really good spot, so we can actually get through this in a decent amount of time.
More, but they're both like, hey, although I know a number of you are fans of or at least Gunn's wife's work. So, that's just something to consider. And of course, some fans have taken issue with how Gunn has handled female characters to date, even in his most successful projects. I've been vocal about that. I know some of you have as well. Although his core fan base doesn't care. They're perfectly content. They're like, we love it. So.
Okay, look at this article here. November 28th, 2012.
Yeah.
Right? So
and they were digging up the old article. That was them digging up an old article when he got announced as the director.
Yeah. This again,
that was before.
This was like 2008 to 2010.
Like,
well, no, this was way before then. Like the super era.
This is legit. Like when James Gunn was probably talking with Marvel.
Yeah, this is when he got announced.
She just said what she said. Like she was mad at the fans for not lashing out too.
Oh yeah, she said,
some fans are just okay with it, I guess. You're a bunch of fucking pigs. Wow.
Yeah, fans are just okay with it. They don't quite know what's going on.
They said she said they seem to be content with it. They love this stuff. Like fuck off, Grace. Fuck
this is copium, hardcore copium. Press 1 in the chat if it's copium, guys. 1's for copium.
This is one of her worst.
I just think so I think they'll make these projects, the core fan base for Gunn, and like I'm not sure if that's also DC fans will say it's fine, we're fine with it, but I think it's going to be a smaller group. You'll never get a movie like Wonder Woman. You'll never get that.
You mean a Wonder Woman sequel where she rapes a guy? Probably not.
You won't get that. Because no. Like
honestly, Wonder Woman 84 was more misogynistic and nasty than anything James Gunn's ever done in any of his movies.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really was. And I love it how it's been like 2 years now and people are still trying to defend that movie. Like, no, you can enjoy it, but still acknowledge that what they did to Wonder Woman was bad in that movie. But let's keep
character assassination.
Like for instance, you're definitely getting a James Gunn Harley Quinn movie for sure. He wants to do it. He loves Margot Robbie. Says she's the best actress he ever worked with, despite all the actresses who stood with him during his scandal. So if she's willing to come back, and that's an interesting question, but they're going to make that movie. And maybe even Gotham City Sirens. And I really worry about that in Gunn's hands. Like, we all want to see Harley and Ivy get together on the big screen in live action, but through the lens of James Gunn, even through the producerial lens of James Gunn, I just worry about how he would treat a lesbian relationship based on the comments that he's made in the past.
The Batwoman comments.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Gunn might be the better director, better creative to handle the Harley Ivy story, honestly.
But Caden, he talked about making Batwoman go straight in an article where he said he'd love to fuck her.
Yeah, in 2009. And when, oh my god. You know what?
I mean,
I wish
there are attractive lesbians that I'm like, yeah, if they were straight, I would totally get with them.
What she's doing right here, right? This is a passive aggressive hit piece.
This is absolutely this is something you would find on IndieWire.
Let's be fair. Let's be fair too. She saw that tweet that Matt showed on the screen earlier. She had to have seen that. She knows.
Yeah.
She does
she's
not
mad.
like this
She
guy
don't like it.
whatsoever.
Yeah, she does not like this man.
Oh, this is pretty cringe. A lot of people are saying cringe. You know, it's just hysterical. She is just nuclear bad takes here.
You know, it's he's worked with that creative team though. He was a guest on the animated series last season, so maybe he would have the foresight to hire that team to do a live action movie of some kind. It's scary stuff. All right, so anyway, before we get
Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, Robotic Dre brings up a great comment. Peacemaker had a lesbian couple, and they were handled great.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that he might be the better.
Adebayo and what's her name were perfect. I mean,
yeah.
It was and you actually believed the relationship. You know what I mean?
Like, it was good representation. They were like actually had great chemistry, and they were both well written characters.
But just the fact she does it's scary stuff.
Females. Yeah, it's scary stuff.
It's scary stuff, you guys. Like cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
Up, Grace. Shut the fuck up, Grace.
I mean, like, this is
Timothy's correct, too. He did want Velma to be gay in the first Scooby-Doo movie.
Yeah, that too. But also, I like to bring back a point that I made when Peacemaker was out, and people were like, talking about, Gunn's treatment on people of color characters, and I made that huge tweet about it, and I still would like to bring it up that James Gunn is a fantastic storyteller, that he tells a story that he's able to tell a story from a point of view of everyone. Like, because he's able to collaborate with these people. Like, he's like, oh, how does this work with you? Okay, let me write that into this.
Yeah.
So, like, to say that Gunn is like some untalented or racist, homophobic.
Hey, I'm scared. This is scary stuff.
This is
stupid. So scary.
It's scary.
God,
this is scary, guys. This is very scary, guys.
Guys, I'm so scared right now.
I'm so scared.
I'm so startled
I
right
have
now.
chills down my spine right now.
To quote John Travolta, a very epic quote by John Travolta once. I've got chills. They're multiplying.
They're multiplying.
And I'm losing control. All right, let's keep going.
get to these two individuals, let's talk about potential collaborations, because I'm sure some of you are very curious about this. As for Dwayne Johnson, I don't know if he and Gunn can share the same space. They're both super self-promotional, which is cool. That's fine. But you can't have two self-promotional guys with each other, working together. I mean, look at Gunn and Safran. Gunn is the big star. Safran's there being like, yeah, me too, man. I'm just happy to be here. Johnson has never worked with either of them, so there's no history there. So I would be surprised if Dwayne Johnson would want to move ahead under these circumstances, to be honest with you. I mean, the trades say Safran has been angling to take over DC since the summer. But at the Black Adam premiere, Dwayne Johnson was telling everybody that he would be happy to advise Warner Brothers Discovery on who they should hire to run DC. So obviously he was...
Wait, she says that they never worked together. Safran was a producer on Shazam.
Yeah,
so he would
no,
know.
Grace literally acts like she knows these people on a first-name basis.
Safran was the producer on Shazam, and I believe he's also a producer on something else that Rock did recently as well.
Yeah. Do I close that out? Let me see here. I'm looking at Peter Safran on his thing. Okay. What has he been? I'm looking through.
I mean, Shazam the Fury Gods as well.
Shazam, yeah, Fury of the Gods. He's a producer on Blue Beetle, producer Aquaman the Lost Kingdom, and let's see here. Nothing else with The Rock outside of that. So, but he's worked with Ryan Reynolds. He's worked with a number of people, over the years. He, obviously he's got he's got a good reputation. People seem to like him. I don't know what it is that she's thinking. Yeah, Grace caught lying again. It's true. She did. She's just now saying things, I think, because she doesn't know where else to take this particular shit. But this is compelling. It's like watching a slow motion train wreck.
He's not privy to these conversations, and one has to wonder again if he was blindsided by this deal coming, the day, 2 days after the end of the first weekend for Black Adam. Again, if Black Adam had opened bigger, we might be having a very different conversation right now. Although I don't love the way the female characters
are made in just a couple of days. This is probably already being worked on like a couple weeks or months ago, at least a month ago.
Yeah, if they're working on it right now, and it's not
like
something
the Black Adam box
happened.
office was not going to change this decision.
No, but what it does is it changes who the collaborating partner is going to be with The Rock going forward. And that's something that, again, like I've said at the early beginning of the stream, I do feel like when the people were asking like, oh, do you want to take over DC Films? And he's like, no, I'd serve better as like a collaborator and helping guide them in the right direction. That is someone who already knows what's going to happen. He already knows what's going on. So he's just simply saying, I'm not that person, but I can definitely help as we go along. I think that's what he's really getting at. But
I mean, there's definitely going to be where Gunn like has his close creatives where it's like, okay, you guys are like, will be like the 5 people that I really work with, or like the 7 people that I really work with. And
I know. And Dwayne was never blindsided. He was absolutely not blindsided. Enterprising here says, I don't think The Rock would have a problem with Gunn. I don't think so either.
No.
Gunn again, like she calls Gunn the superstar. The thing is, that's only a recent thing. And that the reason why they did that was because of the cancellation being bullshit. And the media was like, from the twisted minded James Gunn comes all the stuff with James Gunn. Like Warner's was heavily leaning into James Gunn's name, knowing that he was canceled a number of years ago and that it was largely bullshit. So Grace is just upset that like she's just fucking,
he's one of the few cases of that actually happening too, where people
it
like,
really is.
This
is
bullshit.
So that's why they were playing it up, because he's got whatever, he bounced back, but like way stronger in regards to the online conversation. I think something might have happened like just between them. Maybe, I don't know. Like just in regards to like, maybe something privately, who knows?
were handled in Black Adam either. All right, so a lot of you don't care about Dwayne Johnson's future at DC. You care about the Snyderverse, and the news on this front is mixed. James Gunn and Zack Snyder do go way back to the start of their careers, and they do have similar tastes, although they haven't talked for a while, of their own admittance. But would Zack Snyder want to come back and work for James Gunn in a franchise where Zack was once the one in charge? I think that's unlikely. So while it's hard to tell if Zack Snyder himself will return, I do think there's a strong chance that just like Dwayne Johnson, Gunn will build on what Zack Snyder built rather than tear it down. Henry Cavill is a fantastic Superman for Gunn's version of DC. He fits in perfectly. So why anger fans? Especially when Gunn, again, Gunn is all about his own vision. I don't think he's particularly interested in casting a wider net. He's going to be like, who do I think is cool? Oh, look, I see a huge fandom here. Can I co-opt it?
No. He's definitely a supportive filmmaker. He supports David Ayer. He supports Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
He's not a co-opter though.
Who brought it up? Someone brought it up. I think it was, funny enough, I'm by a Snyder fan that brought it up. About the whole thing where it's like Gunn and Zack. Well, Gunn recently mentioned Zack on something.
Oh no, that was the whole thing with the Peacemaker stunt coordinator, I think, right?
Yeah, the Peacemaker thing.
Yeah. And then that was like, hey, do you know this guy? Is he cool? All right, cool beans. Thanks, boss.
Right.
And then over on the vodka stream, when Zack was on there, they were asked about James Gunn, and Zack said that he's friendly with James Gunn.
Yeah.
And remember, that was the whole thing with that Joe Majovo girl, whatever, who was like calling everyone. Joe Costello, who's like, oh, everyone is there, pedophile, like just going off on people like a fucking moron. And that's just what's happening here. So Grace, at this point, look, you can tell Grace is scared of the Snyder fandom. At this point, they got her shook because she's literally like arguing things that I don't think she would normally argue.
Parroting. Yeah, she is parroting, man.
She's
crazy.
Trying to, and it comes across like I almost want to like send her a super chat and just go like, blink twice if you need help. Like, do you need, like, are you in any kind of trouble?
If you're in danger.
Yeah, because it's just, this is like her going like, oh yeah, no, this is a complete 180 from what she said last week, and it's just she got roasted hardcore, and this got her shook. So she's trying to she's really placating the fans. When she says the fans, she's referring to the Snyder fans. Like, that's it. And they largely only exist on Twitter. You know, they have them on YouTube and whatever, but it's like largely the fan base is only on Twitter. And that's where the whole
Vero, but no one really interacts with Vero.
No one uses Vero, man. I still stand by my theory that the guy who owns Vero is the one who was funding all the Restore the Snyderverse shit. I
agree.
Because it's like all it did is drive traffic to his fucking outlet. That was it. Yeah. So it's really good on that stuff. Anyway, this is still oh my God. 5 more minutes, folks. We can make it 5 more minutes.
Can he co-opt it? I see Snyder fans are pretty upset today, a lot of you. You know, it's tough for you guys. You know, you fight with everybody. But anyway.
She's so scared.
She's like, you fight with everybody. You fight with everybody.
Fight with everybody.
Because of how bad they were going at her, bro. She's like, I'm trying to get you guys to be nice to me for a little bit, please.
Oh my God, dude. I love it when they get mad at me. It's hysterical.
I've been subscribed to this woman for 10 years now. 10 years I've been watching this girl. Literally.
Timothy here says, Grace, how many Snyder fans are in the room with you?
No shit. Are you okay, Grace? To watch her fall this far down, man, and become something she used to absolutely advocate against. It blows my mind.
She needs to go back to the days of just going like, they should do a PG-13 Deadpool so we can get into China.
It's you know what's behind the camera? Like, not on the other side of the camera is Snyder holding a Couture puppy. And so
her cat. It's her cat. Don't even trip. It ain't a puppy.
Drop the F-bomb and everything, man. She was funny. I don't like when
she's become very kind of
when Days of Future Past came out, Matt. You know how she started that video?
No.
She started the video out by saying, "Fuck you, Brett Ratner." That's how she started the video.
She's become way more corporate, way more sanitized over the years. I don't mind. Like, if I had a corporate sponsor, I'd probably tone it down a little bit. I'd be like, fine. I'll make fewer coming jokes. Okay. But at the same time, I think people come here.
We won't talk about squirting.
We won't talk about the natural order of water sports. You know what I'm talking about?
Snyder fucks come at me. They got another thing coming. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, it's fucking funny though, dude. All right, let's keep at this shit.
I mean, it depends. Are you only happy if Zack Snyder comes back, or will you be okay if that just means Henry Cavill is coming back and the other actors? I think those, although I don't know how Gal Gadot's going to feel about this. It's a little like almost like a variation on Joss Whedon taking over. So, I mean,
oh my God.
Not even remotely the same.
What the fuck? You see what I mean? Oh my fucking God.
It's not even remotely the same thing. She's comparing James Gunn to somebody who
at this point she is just throwing shit like a monkey at the zoo, man.
James Gunn to like let the bare minimum of what he did is he wanted to kill his brother. She's comparing to someone who wants to James Gunn to someone who wants to kill their brother.
It's fucking insane. She's fucking lost it, man. This is a hit piece. This is without a doubt a fucking hit piece. Disguised as an op-ed.
Did Mercury pay her?
No,
it was Geralt of Snyderverse. So while Geralt is publicly being positive about this, he's using those $2,000 or $200, whatever you got from that, to pay her to be anyone that's anti-Snyder, but also not be full on pro Snyder.
This is just nutty, bro. Nutty. All right, come on, let's bring it home.
We'll see what happens there. Also, James Gunn has an amazing relationship with Kevin Feige. They're bros. So if anyone could get a Marvel DC crossover going, it's James Gunn. And he also has the chutzpah to ask. Maybe not any of the really big characters, but I could see him getting something. I could see something happening. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not anytime soon. But I would bet you that if James Gunn has a to-do list for DC, now that he's running it, it's a Marvel crossover. A Marvel crossover is on that list. And he will keep working on it and chipping away until he gets it, because it would be quite the feather in his cap. And that's interesting. That's like, just like Dwayne Johnson, James Gunn cares a lot about feathers in his cap, rather than like the brand overall. I mean, don't make a mistake. Kevin Feige's very aggressive and competitive, but you know, and he's puts himself out front for a lot of things, but you know, he's not, it's a different vibe, as I'm sure you can see. Also, will Kevin Feige continue to play as rough with DC now that his pal Gunn is in charge? And will the sometimes very vocal Gunn, maybe some would argue too vocal, call him out on it? It will be interesting to watch if their friendship grows stronger, stays the same, or dies. All right, now let's talk.
She would be happy if it died. She would be happy if she could call that out. She would be very happy with that. I think we know that Feige has been tough on DC, but Feige also likes healthy competition, and he's supportive of other people's endeavors. He might be competitive, but he's not. He doesn't like put them down. You guys know what I mean on that one? Like he just doesn't put them down.
No, he listen. He praised, which was the movie? Oh, he praised Man of Steel. He praised Aquaman. Those are both DC properties, and he said he loved those movies. Kevin Feige,
and he says that he shows everybody Superman 78 as a.
And also, didn't he say that Wonder Woman was his inspiration to do Captain Marvel?
I don't know.
I don't know that off the top of my head, but
I could see.
He said something that. Hold on, let me look it up. Honestly.
All right.
That was such a good movie too, man. That's like one of the best DC movies ever.
I still don't know how we went from Wonder Woman to Wonder Woman in 1984. I don't
know what happened, man. I
know people out there, they don't want to hear like this.
That's the writer.
The writer is not just the writing, but the directing was way better in Wonder Woman versus Wonder Woman 1984. Now it's entirely possible.
had Zach there helping her. That's what it all.
Well, there's a theory. There's a theory that gets called out pretty often that if you even jokingly say that, you know, Zach kind of stealth directed Wonder Woman, and people get really mad at you for saying that. I think Zach's production team had a wide influence on that movie.
You could tell it felt like a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's just like if Wonder Woman 84 was there's a reason why they kept delaying it. Like I think they looked at the pandemic like it was a godsend, and they went like, oh my God, we can just release it on HBO Max. Perfect. So if it bombs in theaters, that's fine. That's fine. We can write it off. We can write off the loss.
No shit.
Yeah. So Feige said that DC's Wonder Woman was amazing, and it built confidence for Marvel to do a female solo movie. So.
How the fuck? Good. You know, that's another thing. Don't get me started. We better just finish the Grace video because I'll go into the thing. How the fuck you gonna give Brie Larson her own movie before you give Scarlett Johansson one? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like I never understood that.
It was all part of the structuring of the phases leading into
Endgame, maybe.
Endgame. That's all it was.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay.
I mean, like I'll tell you this, I really liked Black Widow. I thought it was
so did I. I think it's great. You know,
yeah, I had a blast with it. So people, I don't know, people want to bitch. But speaking of complaining about something, let's continue.
Gunn, and then we'll talk about Peter Safran. Again, huge win for Gunn, who clearly only got a temporary reprieve from Disney Marvel so that he could complete his Guardians trilogy. But he's come roaring back as the head of the rival brand. Wow! Even if Gunn doesn't become DC's Feige in terms of success, and I don't believe that he will certainly be getting Kevin Feige levels of exposure, which I'm sure was a pretty sweet part of the deal for James Gunn. He'll be heading up every Comic-Con presentation. He'll be on every premiere red carpet, participating in every press junket. Let's just hope he's hired a very good publicist who helps him watch what he says. Because we all know that James Gunn is not so great off the cuff. Interestingly, Gunn will primarily be an executive, supposedly, we'll see, helming a project here and there. And it's rare for a creative to go behind a desk like this. But I think after what happened with his tweets in Disney Marvel, Gunn likely didn't have a ton of options at the same level, and he didn't want to lose ground. And this offers him a chance. Well, not offers him a chance. He has gained ground. So this is just, I'm sure he's very happy today, as he should be.
Yes.
I noticed that she's using a lot of anti-James Gunn headlines and whenever she screenshots something. puts it up here, and
Wow,
she's like,
it's almost like she has a bias against this guy or something.
I know, right? Like crazy. And the whole publicist thing. Snyder, has Gunn said something recently that was like, whoa, you should have said that? No. Not recently.
Well, yeah, the negative headline she's talking about here comes from BBC.
Oh. Well, there you go.
That's the one that she's I just
Ralph Stubbletits asked the most important question though. Will he rock a DC hat everywhere he goes now?
You know what I want from James Gunn at this point? I want him to own the role. I want him to own the hipster Colonel Sanders meme. I want him to adopt a very strong Southern accent and go, yes, here today at the DCU or whatever. You know, we are. You know, just come out there fucking like wear a white suit.
I love his
come out.
Look. I love his look.
Yeah, come out in the white suit, the bolo tie.
Maybe not
right?
the white suit, Maddie, but I love.
No, dude, hipster Colonel Sanders, hipster Colonel Sanders, rock that shit.
Phase 1 into the DC.
Don King that shit, dude. He's got a Don King that shit. He's got a peacock like a motherfucker. Come out there and just whip his dick out. Just whip, not like metaphorically.
What do you think will be his thing though? I think it'll be pins, honestly. I think he'll.
He wears pins everywhere. No, I gotta be a little more flashy, man. I say do suits
or tie.
The tie
is like something
like character themed ties.
That just seems like such a dad thing to do.
But
I don't know if
he is a dad. He's got that dad energy, you know.
Yeah, he does.
I wear a lot of bracelets. That's like my thing. I wear a shitload of bracelets.
I can't think of the name of them.
I wish I could have nice platinum fucking
cufflinks.
Silver hair like cufflinks. Yeah, I think he should just come straight out
or
James Bond.
A handkerchief.
Full James Bond
would be the handkerchief
with a pimp cane. He needs a pimp cane. God damn it.
My God. All right, let's we're almost done, guys.
You started that shit.
As for Safran, he and Gunn go way back, and I'm sure Safran was glad he invested in this relationship because look how far it's allowed Safran to take himself. Safran even got a special thanks on Gunn's directorial debut, Slither. Safran started out as a talent manager before becoming a producer, and he has deep connections in the industry. He worked for Brillstein Gray, one of the biggest management companies there. Like everybody was with that company. Gunn might have been represented by him. I couldn't find out if he was, but maybe that's where their relationship began. At Warner Brothers, Safran was also a huge producer in their horror division. You know, Warner Brothers likes to farm out their stuff to outside producers instead of having in-house people really run their division. And Safran was really big in the horror space. So that means he worked with and knows Walter Hamada extremely well. And also he knows all that horror talent very well. He has been a producer on almost all of James Wan's big movies. So expect Wan to be at least asked to stick around, and we'll see if James Wan says yes. I'm not sure, as I said, how big name behind the camera talent will feel about this, having to be in James Gunn's shadow. But Gunn can just pull a Feige and hire mostly new and undiscovered behind the camera talent, and also all of his pals in the industry. James Gunn has a lot of friends from his Trauma days and all that stuff. He could hire these people. I don't think that would be great for DC, but you know, these are people that he could hire. All right, so as always, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so let me I have to kind of.
Are you okay, Matt?
Trauma, okay. Trauma, no shade at Trauma, because I like Trauma. But they haven't been relevant in such a long time.
Decades, bro.
Well, it's mostly like Trauma isn't really even like they still do a couple things here and there, but it's mostly Lloyd Kaufman.
But Grace is being an uppity fucking bitch because I know a horror director. Okay.
Well, okay. I mean,
and he became one of the
school that back a little bit though, Chris. But like, what? Well, it's just uppity, no,
she is being uppity. She's trying to say that it'll hurt DC to bring in.
Sure. I'm just
Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi was an indie guy that nobody had ever heard of before. You know, she's being bougie. She's being uppity.
Well, there's a pattern of bringing in these low budget horror directors to work on comic book movies. I mean, you just mentioned Sam Raimi, James Wan, David F. Sandberg.
And now look at these guys. She's acting like it's going to hurt DC if you let a new person have a chance. You know, there was a time when no one knew who the hell Gal Gadot was.
Yeah.
You know, like, and she's one of those people she's drinking her own Kool-Aid, man. What was that South Park episode where they smelled their own farts?
Oh yeah, that was the cartoon. Was that the No, it wasn't Cartoon Awards. That was because that was Stan's family moves to San Francisco.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that might be the Cartoon Wars episode.
Yeah, that
might be the Cartoon.
That's
Wars.
how she's acting right now, man.
I mean, I'm looking at trauma movies and whatnot. There's not like a lot going on in the recent years. They've done a lot of films, but
well, I know Lloyd Kaufman is working on like a Toxic Avenger remake with Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, that's a thing. The thing is, like, Lloyd still does a bunch of the horror conventions, so he
does a lot of interviews now. Still too.
You could probably get him on here if you wanted. Yeah, he's just that guy.
No, it's actually, you probably could, Matt, if you really wanted to.
He's that guy, man. If you want,
I do know people who do know him. Yeah, so like, you remember like Stage 6? Ever seen that company before? They were out of San Diego for a while, and friends of mine worked with them, and they got Lloyd to come out and like do this weird little zombie project. So William here says Lloyd's working on a lot. Working on a lot doesn't mean shit's going to get made anymore, especially.
Well, William actually talked to Lloyd Kaufman because of William. Actually, he did an interview with them at the Sci-Fi Center.
Oh, nice. I have a lot of respect
does a lot of
Lloyd.
Events in Vegas, I think, and William does it because of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, I would like the one person I want to interview for like a full on interview, but I'll never get it because he doesn't want to do it, is Uwe Boll. But I don't want to go in all that shit.
That'd be amazing.
I would love to but here's the thing, I don't want to attack him.
I don't want to attack him either. I just
do not want to attack. I just want to have a conversation.
I want to talk about Blood Rain. That's all I just want to.
I want to talk about Postal. I want to talk about Dungeon Siege in the Name of the King. So, and like how that was originally going to be a 2-part movie, 2 hours each. Like a Kill Bill, Whole Bloody Affair sort of thing. All right, let's finish this up, guys. A minute to go.
Happens. The bottom line is the box office. That's what we're really going to be looking at. But because I think on social media and stuff, people will at least be talking. So, just again, huge win for James Gunn. Expect Henry Cavill and Margot Robbie to stick around big time. For DC to continue to have a more limited audience and fractured audience than Marvel. And while we know what kind of director-writer Gunn is, we'll see what kind of executive he is. That does remain to be seen. Plus, we'll see what Matt Reeves and Todd Phillips do in their separate DC spaces, although Gunn takes up a lot of air in the room. So I think it's going to be tough for them, to be honest with you. All right, so what do you think? What do you think? I think they'll still do stuff, but I think it'll be paired.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. What does she mean by he takes up a lot of air in the room, so it's going to be difficult for Joaquin and Matt Reeves?
She's talking about his ego. She's saying
is that what she's saying? Like, what is she implying there? I don't understand.
She's implying that he has a big ego, casts a big shadow, and he's going to want, like, if you sit down at dinner with a guy like that, he's going to want the biggest piece of cake. You know what I mean? Like, she's saying that they're going to be in his shadow. You know, that their projects won't be as important as his projects in his eye. She's basically shitting on his ego.
Oh no, William, we're done. We're done. It's okay, William. She can't hurt you anymore. It's okay. We're done.
She can't hurt you anymore, William.
Did everyone else die?
Yeah. Sorry, no.
Oh, okay.
The Grace thing really.
No, I'm trying to find, speaking of the Uwe Boll thing, I'm trying to find one little bit on that if I can.
Do any of you guys know who Linnea Quigley is?
Linnea Quigley, no.
I could have interviewed her.
Wasn't she like a horror star? Like
exactly.
She's in a bunch of horror movies?
She was the scream queen of the 80s.
Yeah.
I could have interviewed her, but it was her or Scott Ian. You know who I went with. I'm an Anthrax fan. I had to go with Scott Ian.
Okay, here we go. I just want to share this. So this is I did this for my television production class back 15 years ago. This is actually from almost 16 years ago. This is my buddy Mark. He's been in my movie and stuff. You guys probably seen him before. But like this is I had him do a news coverage and we're talking about movies. So this is him talking about the Uwe Boll film Dungeon Siege. This is based on an actual report from back in the day. This is I was covering this all the way back then. Check this out.
I hope they catch him. Hostilities arose today when German director Uwe Boll announced that his latest video game-based film, In the Name of the King, A Dungeon Siege Tale, would be released in 2 separate increments because of the movie's official length of 4.5 hours. Gamers around the world are up in arms about Boll being able to desecrate yet another video game franchise. To combat the publicity he is receiving, Mr. Boll is holding a contest to find the top 5 journalists who hated his films. He will then fly them to Vancouver, British Columbia for a boxing competition, in which case the journalists will be boxing Boll.
Oh, that was the Jason Statham movie, right?
And used in Postal, which is Boll's 5th film.
Didn't Jeff Snyder box Uwe Boll?
Statham was in that movie, In the Name of the King.
Statham, yeah. Wow, is that the star of In Search of? Yes. You know what? We gotta. Did you ever see the trailer to my movie, Chris?
No.
All right. You know what? Because I gotta wrap this up in a few minutes. It's almost midnight, but I will show you guys the trailer because we got 150 people here right now, so I might as well pimp my own shit real quick. Maybe I'll get this on.
Make some Blu-ray copies of that shit. Let's do it.
Man, I don't even fucking know anymore if I don't even have the original fucking files. That's the problem. This is
it's a Red Band trailer.
It's a Red Band trailer, yeah. All right, let me play it. Okay, is it on? It's on. All right, yeah, it's a short. I'm gonna get such a content claim for this too.
It's your movie.
No, but the music used in the trailer.
Oh.
So what are we doing, Mark?
You brought the fucking camera?
Yeah, I brought the camera.
Why the fuck are you bringing the camera?
Don't pay attention to the camera. Just answer the question.
Alright, so I answered a personal ad and it had a riddle on it. Cute chick here. And I answered the riddle, and when I got back, I got these just GPS coordinates.
Where the hell are we going anyway?
Somewhere that way. Dude, I want to know how this girl got out here by herself. More clues. Looks like we got a little bridge here. Look at my fucking eyes. Do you see that I'm fucking aware that it's happening? Turn it the fuck off.
No.
I'm not kidding.
No.
Turn it the fuck off or I'm gonna kick your goddamn ass! Turn it off!
Okay, fine.
It's like if Blair Witch and Catfish had a baby.
So it's funny you say that. By the way, Rational here, can I send a copy of this to Mike DeLuca? By all means, go for it. Anthony here says, do more movie. I would love to. But here, if you guys, seriously, it is free if you guys want to watch it. If you're catching this on the replay or whatever, if you're here, iso-themovie.com, you guys can find it right there to give it a watch. It's only like 73 minutes long. It's pretty short. But, there you go on that. Jay here says, it actually looks good. Thank you. It's not, but thank you. Ralph here says, this movie in VHS inspired me to do found footage. Found footage is my personal favorite.
I guarantee you In Search of is a better found footage movie than most of those dog shit Paranormal Activity sequels.
Dude, I could have fucking nailed the Paranormal Activity sequels. But yeah, no, I had fun making the movie. It's I feature it occasionally just in for shits and grins and stuff. But yeah, it's free. Check it out. iso-themovie.com. And yeah, it's a fun little film. Someone told me once ago, it's like it's my favorite movie, and I'm like, you're just lying to me now. But it's nice, people are.
Maybe they just really like the scene where he told you to turn the camera off.
Yeah, I'll kick your fucking ass.
Yeah, turn the goddamn camera off.
That part was pretty fucking intense.
Dude, that part was completely, nothing in the movie was scripted. That's the thing with that movie. Nothing in Search of was scripted. There's a scene where we end up I had to add.
Wait, it's all improv?
It's all improv. I had a general plot outline. It was me, Mark, and Jeff, our camera guy. That was it. That was the three of us. And I had a bag of props and stuff. And we went out to different locations. I'd already kind of prepped it and everything else. And we go out to these locations and stuff. And we go to I needed to write in, like, I needed another location, like, the night before. I realized I got to fucking fill time. I got to kill time. Let me write in another spot, another location in San Diego we can go to. We go out to this lake, and we're walking out to the lake to, like, literally just find an area to, like, that looks cool to be at, and we come across these angry fucking geese, and they're just like, honk, honk, honk. And we're like, you know what? Let's use it. And we just used it. We just added it into the movie. Like, oh, they're sensing something, like they're sensing danger and awesome. Shit. And it's just these two random ass geese that were like protecting this like little flower thing or this little plant thing. And I just like stuck a clue in there. I'm like, we'll just use that. It was like, I used like geocaching locations that I had pulled from geocaching.com in the area. Like I found local geocache spots that were kind of hidden away that people would have hidden shit. Like, oh, I can use these as spots and stuff. But yeah, the movie is, it's fun. It's so stupid. It's fucking fun though. And then the final thing we got to check out tonight here, this is from Command Unit. This is the Warhammer 40K Shoot Us Blood and Teeth launch trailer. I do like the title.
Another 40K video game. Is this one already out though, or
I do not know. Let's find out. I prefer it though when it's rated M for mature.
Oh, it's a broken platform on here. Interesting.
All right.
This actually looks fun.
This looks fun, yeah.
This reminds me of Jetpack Joyride.
Wow, with the boy.
Who wants a scrap? On the Imperium!
That looks cool. Oh, it's on other platforms.
I would rock.
Oh, coming soon to PS5.
I would play the fuck out of that. I love side scrolling.
Well, no, this is a launch trailer though. This is a launch trailer. It's out now.
Like I said, it reminds me of Jetpack Joyride.
Oh, okay, so it's out now on PC, Nintendo Switch. The Xbox One and Series X and S versions will be available October 25th.
How much is this on the Switch?
I would have to look. And PS4 and PS5 versions will launch December 2nd.
Okay.
So it's only out now for the Switch.
Oh,
I love
$18.
Side scrollers like that.
Oh,
that ain't bad. That ain't bad. That actually, I might have to buy that. That does look like a lot of fun. Because I mean, one of the better side-scrolling ones I played on the Switch is it's on everything, but Dead Cells. If you've never played Dead Cells, that's really good.
Oh, yeah, one that I played that I really loved was called Shadow Conspiracy.
That was fun. Yeah, Nolan North actually voiced.
There's also the Mummy movie tie-in game, the Mummy Demastered, which is like a shoot 'em up side scroller. It's actually really, really, really good.
Yeah, I love shit like that. That looks really fun. I might actually. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Let Matt close the show up.
Yeah, it's getting late. I do want to stress one here. Daredevil asking if we talked about the Doctor Who stuff. No.
Oh, that's big news, but that should probably be safe. I don't know anything
about.
No, I don't care.
It's huge news. It is big news.
I don't care. Like you can't.
Disney got the rights.
All right, everybody, calm down.
Right, yeah, I don't care.
I love you guys. I'm bouncing.
Why? I don't care about Doctor Who. I never have.
It's a big deal.
It's what? It's on another streaming service now.
No, like Disney got signed this deal with the BBC for Doctor Who. It's a big deal. Like Doctor Who is part of the Disney umbrella.
And
now.
Hulu has got the new Kardashian show. What does that have to do with the Prestige in China?
Because Doctor Who is like a major freaking intellectual property that Warner Brothers just lost. It's a big gain for them for their streaming platform. That's and plus two, Doctor Who's going through a renaissance right now. They just brought back David Tennant. Spoiler alert.
Well, we don't know how much of David Tennant's going to be back.
It doesn't matter. The fact that he's back at all is the 14th Doctor or whatever, or the 15th. Like, that's fucking crazy.
The 14th Doctor, which he'll be for the three. He's back for 3 or 4 episodes, and then it's back to it's
only going to be like a Christmas special show.
I don't care. It's
and he's not going to be the same doctor. He's not going to be the same doctor.
No,
you're going to be
is.
disappointed.
He is the same. He is the same.
It's
I don't care.
doctor.
Again, I do not give a shit about.
You
It's not that
should,
I
goddammit.
do not. It's not that I have anything against Doctor Who. I've only seen one episode. It was the first episode back with Christopher Eccleston, and I was like, okay, it's fine, whatever. Never caught my interest. So, the apathy is strong. It's not that the apathy is like, I just never cared. Like, it's just not something that,
I promise you, if you watch from the Christopher Eccleston era and go on from that, you'll probably like it.
do you know when people have told me they go skip Eccleston, go right to Tennant? I've been told
I
that.
wouldn't skip it. Just, listen.
There's
it's a
people
good
who have said
foundation.
skip Tennant, go right to Smith.
Well, just listen to me. I'm your friend. I know
No,
better.
because I've known people for years who have been watching Doctor Who, and they've never been able to give me a compelling argument as to why I want to watch it. I just have never gotten into it. So
Watch it for content purposes.
no.
I don't know.
I don't do that. I'm sorry. Like, I watch things that I'm interested in. If I'm not interested, I'm not going to sit there and like waste my time and anybody else's. Because if I don't want to talk about it, I'm not going to want to talk about it.
It's Ralph Sharpo's patriot hating the British.
Are you kidding me? I love British comedy. I absolutely adore Blackadder, Monty Python, Waiting for God, Are You Being Served? I used to watch British comedies on PBS.
Nah, that's all negated because you hate the British's most popular.
Wait,
show.
hold on. How much do I love Downton Abbey?
A lot, I guess.
A lot. I adore Downton Abbey. All right. Like, I fucking adore that show. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. All right. It's British as fuck. It's about posh people and poor people intermingling in an abbey at the turn,
Yeah. The most I think out of like the probably like 10 or 15 episodes I've seen of Doctor Who, the most memorable one that I can remember off the top of my head is the Matt Smith one with Vincent Van Gogh and with like the monsters in the painting. Like, and clearly RJ doesn't know because he only watches probably isn't really a real Whovian.
I don't know. I'm tired.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. No, it's like we've been on for like 3.5 hours.
Sounds
And
like
it's like
3.5 hours. My brain's just like blanking right now.
yeah, it's it's just I'm kind of in the same way. I want to go try to watch whether I'm going to watch Barbarian if I have time to watch it before I have to go to bed. Fuck, I got to take the kids to school in the morning.
Watch Barbarian tomorrow.
So it's like I want to watch it.
Andor,
and then
Tales of the Jedi, and then tomorrow Barbarian.
now are all 6 episodes of Tales from the Jedi?
Yes,
okay, they're all
yes.
because they're all short. You can watch them in like an hour.
They announced that Bryce Dallas Howard is the voice of Yaddle. So
Yeah, she was out there. I mean, you know what? Hey, listen, give Bryce Dallas Howard like a Star Wars movie. Just do that.
My God,
that's what they should do. I
so
prefer
good.
that over whatever the fuck they're trying to do right now.
Yeah, well, right now it's I'm okay with Star Wars kind of being in stasis on that front because we've already waited for many years.
And then the recent one, and Kevin Feige, Taika, and David Lindelof.
Enterprise News says the only British things I care about are Sherlock, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings. Now, which Sherlock are you talking? The Benedict Cumberbatch, or have you seen Enola Holmes, where Henry Cavill plays Sherlock, and he's actually pretty good. I can't wait.
I honestly was surprised that they didn't announce a Sherlock Holmes spinoff with Cavill as her Sherlock. Like I'm surprised that they haven't done that yet. But
I think yeah. Well, again, it's all about how they want to build out the Enola Holmes. If they do give Henry Cavill a Sherlock movie, I would do fucking heartbeat. I'd be there.
Yeah,
heartbeat. He was really good in Enola Holmes. I actually really enjoyed that movie.
Between Millie Bobby Brown and Cavill,
not just him, but then also with the other brother, with Aberforth, right?
Yeah.
So because he's just the dick.
Yeah.
And Sherlock respects him, but Sherlock also respects Enola, and they've got a good dynamic. It's dude. If you haven't seen Enola Holmes, it's really good.
Enola Holmes is really good. Oh my God, I can't wait for Enola Holmes too.
Rational here says Max is rambling about Grace on his stream. Is he still rambling? Still talking about Grace?
Well, he did his conspiracy for the first like half hour. Now he's reacted to the Grace video on his own. So,
dude, just like go. He should have just stayed here. He went like,
he needs to make content for himself. God damn it!
Yeah, I know he does. I'm just looking to see like how many people are watching him right now.
56.
Good for him. You know what? Good for him. We still got 100 people watching. I'm very, very impressed with that. Thank you guys very much. But on that note, it is time.
Throw Max a phone. Go watch Max's stream.
You know what? Here. I'm gonna get the link.
Go stream rate him, guys. Tell him WAD sent you.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, go. Remember, yeah, it's gonna be HWAD Squad. All right. There you go. There you go. Well, Ralph, if you don't care about Max's midlife crisis, then go in there and tell him you don't care about Max's midlife crisis. But also use hashtag HWAD Squad. Yeah. Hashtag HWAD Squad. That's how you gotta do it. Just that's our late night rating program, I guess. But all right, everybody, when you're done with that, go check out In Search of ISO-themovie.com. It's a fun little watch, kind of. And yeah, Spherical Man, I'll probably, if nothing happens tomorrow night.
Mo's on Max's stream. So yeah, I'm gonna go on Max's stream. Talk to Mo.
Is he actually on
Mo Moon?
Yeah, Mo Moon. Our Mo
What?
Moon is on Max's stream right now.
Wow.
Now he's just gonna troll the shit out of him on that one.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna happen. He's just gonna troll him.
I love him.
Mo he traps me up the fucking wall. He does. He tracks me up the fucking wall, but it's okay. All right. I don't want to support another wacky drunk. Max isn't a drunk like that. He's wacky, but he's not a drunk. That's true. But all right, everybody. I'll see you all later. Have yourself a great night and peace out.